Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Hi.
Tabua. Aub. What about Aub?
Cool, neat story.
Was that supposed to be funny? There's local politics, bud.
Got a little taco meat on my chest.
Let's get the pumping.
I know Clip said he packed us in, so I'm just glad that I can prove Clip wrong.
Got him! Strike three, it's all over. The Pirates are dancing, and they'll have a home regional in Greenville, North Carolina.
A lot of people just see what we do on the field. They don't see the hours at 5 in the morning and the hours when it's 100 degrees out in Greenville. They don't see all that, so just seeing it finally pay off is just really awesome.
Our guys are tough as nails. They've continued to show up when nobody else believed in them. I'm just so daggone proud of them.
It's gonna be fun. We in the thick. I mean, everybody gonna be loud. I'm gonna be loud with them. I'm screaming too. Like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. You ready for this? I am.
Now live from the Pirate Radio Studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, welcome in to Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. Clip Brock here with you in the Pirate Radio Studios. We're on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. You can find us on 1250, 930, online, pr927fm.com. And join us on Facebook Live and YouTube as East Carolina right now a 13-1 lead against Coppin State in the top of the fifth inning. Starting to see some innings go on pretty quickly here, which is a welcome sight because it took a while to get through 3 innings as East Carolina had an offensive explosion in the bottom of the third where Bryson Worrell hit 2 home runs in the same inning, hit one from the right side, one from the left side to break it open. AMAC just added a solo shot. A lot of dinking and dunking, too, as the Pirates have just piled on the runs here against Coppin State. Thanks for joining us if you did on our watch-along. We started at 1 o'clock. We now are with you on Pirate Radio Live, so we'll have a traditional show, but don't have a lot of guests lined up. We'll talk to, at some point, Troy D. after today's game. Also, Mark Greenhill's Golf Shop Radio Show. Tony Dunn going to come by, and we'll go over some NFL news and notes, but we're just following the Pirates and following along just like you are. Shirley Rhodes, the big dog, Glenn Griffin here, Chandler Honeycutt to my left. Mike Mullis joining us as well. Special treat here on a Friday. And Pirates are rolling right now, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. And we're doing something right now that we didn't think we were going to be doing a couple of weeks ago, and that's watching ECU play and host a regional and taking care of business right now against Coppin State.
Mully?
Yeah.
Anything to add?
No, I mean, the score kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So I think right now it's all about let's stay efficient and try to get out of here without burning too many bullets and keep getting good swings in. And since the right-handers come in, we have been quite offensive, even made some loud outs. So kind of want to build on that and look forward to winning the rest of the game and then moving on to tomorrow.
Speaking of bullets, just to update folks, if you have not been following along, Josh Gross started the game. Gave it over to Trey Savage, bases loaded, nobody out. He was able to get out of it, only allowing 1 run. Mm-hmm. Savage went to Bill. Okay, that's it.
Bill's in now. This is the third arm of the day for ECU.
And Bill is in his second inning of work, I believe.
Yes.
He has thrown 18 pitches.
So it looks like
and
in other regionals,
19th gets him out of it.
There's some games postponed up there. So I know there was a front moving across the southeast. Looks like it may have gotten the one of the regionals down in Florida.
Ole Miss, Arizona. Oh, I heard the Miami one maybe because that one looks brutal, like till Monday.
Yeah. So they've already moved those games back. So hopefully they can have all that and we can avoid it. It looks like we do have a little something coming through a little later today, but looks like it should blow through and maybe be out of here by game time tomorrow.
Let's do some scoreboard watching on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dub Up. Campbell and Georgia Tech still playing, Mully. They started at noon. They're in the 8th. Campbell 13-5 over the Yellow Jackets.
I'm telling you, man, that is my team. That from a sleeper standpoint, they play the game hard. They're very aggressive. I think the Tennessee matchup's an interesting one, and Tennessee's going to be awfully hard to beat. But good luck to the Campbells to do that.
We don't talk about gambling a lot with college baseball, but I did see Campbell, Georgia Tech. The total over under was 14.5 today. Take a guess on what Campbell, Tennessee will be, Molly.
Oh, I don't think it'll be that.
15, 16?
I don't think it'll be that. I don't. I think
low?
Yeah, lower, lower, and I think that's because I don't think Campbell can. Of course, and this is kind of partial to my opinion of them upsetting them, but I don't think Campbell can beat them in a slugfest.
Okay.
I think it would have to be a pitching dominated deal where they held Tennessee down, but of course, and that's a tall task, man. They are by far the most talented team in the country. The 53 wins coming out of the SEC is almost unbelievable. To play the whole SEC tournament and never having trailed an inning is unbelievable. So we'll see.
I meant to ask you this on the watch along, but we saved it for the show here. Outside of Tennessee, do you have a favorite or two that you've enjoyed watching along the way?
Well, obviously, East Carolina I'm going to put in there. Nobody's hotter than the Pirates right now. And, so you got to like teams that are hot right now. And it almost feels a little bit destiny driven here. So, but Vandy going out west is tough. Oregon State's a quality club. But no, I
Oregon State, and you might have mentioned this, that along with Tennessee, were there at the beginning of the year and stayed there.
Yeah,
there's been a lot of ebbs and flows. They've been the consistent
those guys
too.
Yeah. I don't know. It's very rare though in baseball. And somebody reminded me of this yesterday. Arkansas last year was like everybody's favorite to win everything. They didn't make it out of the regional. Now I don't think this is the same type team that Tennessee has, but those stories are prevalent in college baseball.
Grand Canyon trailing Arkansas right now, 6-1. That score in the 6th inning. It is Columbia 7, Gonzaga 2. How about that?
Is that an upset? I don't know really, quite frankly, know enough about either one of those teams.
Has Columbia been here?
We played Columbia in the Miami Regional and lost to them.
Maybe that's where I remember from.
Yeah, it seems like Columbia Gonzaga, if that was a basketball game, that would be an upset. But I don't know.
Drew Timme coming back to school. Interesting.
Saw that.
For one more year of the mustache.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Girardi fired as the Phillies coach.
Let's just break some news. There you go. Good stuff. Oklahoma has put up another touchdown. They lead Liberty 14-3 in the 5th inning. UConn gets on the board with a touchdown. They lead Wake Forest 7-3 in the 7th inning.
I feel like this is football season.
Got some football scores going here. Southeast Missouri State beating Louisville 2-1.
That's a big one. And that's college baseball.
North Carolina up 4-2 on Hofstra. By the way, 6 schools from New York making the tournament this year.
So it looks like North Carolina must have made the same decision that Cliff did to go ahead and play the early game, and I do think that's probably forecast driven. So that's
maybe the best, at least name wise, but I think quality wise too. 2-3 matchup of the day. Notre Dame up 2-0 on Texas Tech in the 1st inning.
You know what? I still think we give Texas Tech a little bit of name recognition cred for what we experienced as Pirate fans watching our Pirates play Texas Tech. But the quality program for sure. And Link Jarrett and Notre Dame. What he's done there is pretty awesome.
Army and Southern Miss scoreless in the 4th. And don't get too excited, but it's early. Air Force 2, Texas 2 in the 3rd inning.
Interesting.
Texas A&M a 2-1 lead over Oral Roberts as they play in the 3rd. So that's all the action going on right now, and we will keep you up to date. We do have one final. Florida State knocks off UCLA.
And you have to think if there's going to be upsets, it'll be today because everybody has a guy on the mound. And even Coppin State's guy didn't have his best stuff today, but everybody has a guy that can beat anybody, and it becomes everything kind of regulates itself after that first game. But if you have an upset like if Texas were to fall to Air Force, Texas is going to have to scrap to get back through because that's an awful long road.
Molly, let's reset this one. Samuel asking, is there a mercy rule in postseason?
No,
there is not.
Yeah, we did a little research, and there is no mercy rule. They must go 9. There was a statement made that the team that's down could choose to wave the white flag and call the game. And part of me goes, that'd be a terrible message to send to your kids. Yeah. The other part of me goes, well, if you're going to have a chance tomorrow, you may have to, you got to, like the gambler said, you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, and that might be the opportunity to walk away.
East Carolina up 13-1, bottom of the 5th, 2 outs now. as the Pirates are batting. Bryson Worrell going for home run number 3, and this guy's
he just got
lollipops.
one right in the wheelhouse. But
what is that, Mully?
That's a breaking ball. It's a breaking ball that just isn't doing a whole lot.
Worrell on the day, 2 for 2, solo dinger, 3-run dinger. Also has a walk because the starter for Coppin State, that was the story early on, couldn't throw a strike, was walking a lot of guys.
Their two-way pitcher that's up for a award in college baseball.
Yeah, he's a John Olerud Award.
John Olerud, when you hear that name, what uniform is he wearing?
Blue Jays.
That's what I said the other day.
He wore it in college, too, because he played at Creighton.
Oh.
Look at him. That's why I'm
this here. Guy.
He also had, if I'm not mistaken, he wore the hard hat all the time.
He wore the helmet.
He had a metal plate in his head.
Yeah. So there's your. We talked a lot about John Olerud this week. We did it the other day when Igo was here. Mully, I want to get your thoughts on the game tonight between Virginia and Coastal. You're high on Coastal, right?
In that game, yes. I think they're extremely prepared. So right now, UVA's lost 8 of the last 9.
And by the way, Coastal, we talk about ECU being hot. They are trending in the right direction.
And they can bang it. They do what they do very well. And speaking with one of the guys on the Coastal staff, they feel good about this team, and they can find the similarities back to their success in 2016. Where I
don't like to hear that.
Well, I me neither. But this is how they feel about their club, and that they've got some guys that understand their roles. They play their parts. They're very scrappy. They're going to run. They're going to do. They are very much very, very similar to Campbell. Maybe not quite the firepower that Campbell has, but they can play their game, and they've got a handful of arms that can give you a tough time. So it all depends. UVA is awfully good and so very well coached, so disciplined, but it's I think that game tonight is going to be a well of a ball game.
And sometimes the environment, the moment could be too big for a team. First of all, Coastal's won a championship, so don't worry about it. But their schedule this year was filled. Their conference had 4 teams get in.
Right.
But also their non-conference, they're playing ACC, Big Ten, quality opponents, so they've seen it.
That's right. They're not going to run from it. And that 4th team that got in, I can't remember who it was, won the conference tournament out of like the 4th seed. So they were not necessarily a 4-bid league, but because of having a conference, conference tournament champion, they got 4 teams in.
3 more than the American.
Correct. And, so, I mean, look, I think we've got a long, fun weekend of baseball and enjoy this one for what it is, and hopefully get out of here unscathed, and then look forward to watching that game tonight and seeing who the Pirates will draw tomorrow.
Bryson Worrell walks, so he has now reached base 4 times today for East Carolina, as we are still in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jacob Jenkins cowered to the plate.
Yeah, you know what? He's had a couple good at bats, and he matches up well with.
Boy, this camera guy or gal,
not very good. Yeah,
we're not going to see who called that one. What is happening?
My goodness gracious!
We had one earlier in the game. This is not an exaggeration.
Out was
fly ball to left field. We saw
and to right field.
We saw the right fielder the entire time.
Yep.
I don't know what's happening. That was a fly out to left. So we go to the 6th inning. East Carolina with a 13-1 lead. Coming up later tonight, it'll be Virginia and Coastal. If East Carolina wins, they play 7 o'clock Saturday night. Loser of this game, which appears to be Coppin State at this moment, would play at 1 o'clock on Saturday.
Yep. And we had a chance. We talked about a little bit in the watch along. We had a chance to spend a little time with the Coppin State AD today, and they are, man, just so appreciative of being here. And it's not a hey, we're happy just to be here. They will obviously want to compete, but the experience that these young guys are having and going through some tumultuous times in their conference and trying to figure out what next year looks like. But the very a group that like I said is very happy to be here and has had some success in order to be here. But it looks like they've run into a little bit of a buzzsaw today with their pitching.
So you said 4 teams played in the MEAC this season, and you said that they're not going to be an automatic qualifier if they continue with 4 next year.
After this year, this is it. So they're looking for affiliation in another league.
It's okay to be an independent in football because you can get your 6 wins, go to a bowl, or you can have a really good year like a BYU or Notre Dame and go to a big bowl. in basketball, you don't see it, but feasibly you could win 20-plus games and go. You don't want to be an independent in college baseball and have to rely, if you're a Coppin State, on getting in as an at-large. It's just not possible.
No, and we've seen it before. We talked about Dallas Baptist has done it.
Yeah.
East Carolina has done it in the past.
Dallas Baptist, a traditional 40-win team every
Correct.
year.
Very, very similar to what you see with the Pirates. And, Dallas Baptist went, like 19-9 this year against ranked opponents. So they have to create that type of a schedule. And quite frankly, I don't think East Carolina's far removed from that, as we've seen the AAC kind of fall off. So, it would be a very, very difficult situation for a team out of the MEAC to go to an at-large situation and think they could play their way into the postseason.
Mully, only 2 of the top 8 national seeds this year have never made it to Omaha. East Carolina's one, the other?
Virginia Tech.
Yeah, There you go. And it is a star-studded top 8, as they showed those schools that have won College World Series. East Carolina still trying to get there. A stat we're trying to get away from. That's the most regional appearances without making it to Omaha.
Well, and what's going on in Virginia Tech is pretty impressive, and that program, we've seen it good, we've seen it bad a lot more, but they've got things headed in the right direction. They're funding that program, spending money where they need to, obviously doing a great job recruiting. So kudos to them. But there are not enough words to sum up what we've seen this year with East Carolina, with the success after the failure, if you will, early on, to what's at one point at 14-13, to come back and win 40 games and be in a position to host a regional, and much less be the 8th seed with the opportunity to host a super regional. So it is truly kind of a legend that we're watching being made right in front of us.
Mully, you said something earlier, which is why we like having you here. You drop in some stuff that us commoners wouldn't talk about, a lot on the quality at bat versus knocking in a run. We had that discussion earlier, which we can reset, but I want to reset this one real quick. You said rule of thumb, number of pitches thrown is how many hours rest you need.
Yeah, one competitive pitch equals 1 hour's rest.
And Danny Beal right now at 23.
Yeah, you start to think it's going to be one of two things. Either he's going to take it the rest of the way, or most of the rest of the way, knowing that he probably wouldn't be available tomorrow.
I was going to say, like the rest of the way and not be available the rest of the region.
No. If he were to go the rest of the way today, let's say he goes 45 pitches, maybe they let him go up to 50, you would have him for the championship.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
But earlier, if you missed the watch along, there was a situation with guy on first and second, Amax up the bat. He rolls one over between third and shortstop and gets an RBI single. Mully's first question to us is that a quality at bat? And both me and Clip said yes.
The result is absolutely. He got to run it.
That's right.
But as you as a coach and CG as a coach, there's still some coaching to be done even after an RBI single.
Yeah, and
what is that?
So, what you've got to do is then at some point today, in between innings, or he may wait till after they eat tonight and go, hey, tell me what you were thinking right there. And if the correct answer for what we saw as a result would be McAravitz saying, hey, I saw the shortstop, shaded up the middle, third baseman's in, bag even, so I know I've got a big hole. All I've got to do is roll a ground ball over. If he gives you that answer, then you feel really good about where he is.
Yeah.
If he gives you the answer of, I got beat on that and rolled it over, that that he kind of had false success there. But it's the thought process it's not a mechanical deal. It's a thought process that you're trying to make sure that the guys are living in the approach that you work on. And we've seen the Pirates, when they're at their best, have a lot of success staying up the middle, driving the ball the other way, which makes me a little nervous with the left-hander. Like we saw earlier, we were kind of off of him. We were rolling over ground balls. We were, but enough to chase him. He did a lot to hurt himself, but we know, again, talked about it earlier, UVA having a couple good lefties, and Coastal will too, that approach has to be solid.
Earlier, when Savage was in, Mully said the worst thing here is he strikes out the side.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mully, I can think of a lot. But to your point, you're saying get something low in the zone, get that ground ball, let's get out of here.
Limit the pitches.
And not throw 14 to 18 more pitches. So
with the idea that Coppin State really, I mean, again, I saw them take BP. There weren't many balls hit out of the ballpark in BP, so you got to assume that they're home run, they're not going to drive a bunch of balls out of the yard. So you don't mind letting a team like that put the ball in play. You don't mind letting anybody put it in play, but if you're facing a team like Tennessee or an offense like even we're going to see in Coastal or UVA, you may want those strikeouts there. With a team like Coppin State, you'd rather have the extra pitches for later in the tournament as opposed to the strikeouts.
We got a weak grounder to Agnos, makes the play. Knock on wood, we are flying through these innings here in the middle part of this game. 13-1, East Carolina heading to the bottom of the 6th inning as they lead Coppin State. Shirley, let's get a break in. We'll come back. We'll have more. We'll keep watching this one. More insight from Mike Mullis, and we'll take another look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Shout out to 5th Street Hardware for the awesome lunch today. What is 5th Street Hardware? Well, it's Winslow's. The old Winslow's location has a new name, new menu, and a great taste. We enjoyed some awesome food from there. They've got the games on this weekend, so if you're not lucky enough to be at Clark LeClaire, you can go have a great meal, drink some Pirate beverages, and watch the game at 5th Street Hardware right across from us here at Pirate Radio. Take a time out, come back, more to go. Pirate Radio Live after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
We are back, baby.
It's back. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party presented by Bud Light is back on Thursday, September 1st. Before the Pirates host the Pack Labor Day weekend, Pirate Radio will once again be throwing the best party of the year to kick off the football season. And to help us celebrate the start of Pirate Radio's 20th football season, we're excited to announce that this year's entertainment will be the Breakfast Club out of Atlanta, Georgia. Enjoy your summer, and we'll see you Thursday, September 1st. We are Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. The real estate market is extremely competitive right now. The importance of being pre-qualified is absolute must before you begin shopping for a new home. At Angel Oak, we offer a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans that fit most financial situations. To get started, contact Talbot Green, Braxton Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhells and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
This is Brian Packard, ECU former baseballer. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Vacation spots are right in your very own backyard. Take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV space, and also air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi. If you're by a lake, be sure to check out the opportunities to rent a canoe or kayak and get out on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, visit ncstateparks.gov. And now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Broad.
All right, a lot of folks jumping on the Pirate baseball bandwagon. A good time to do it. They're up 13-1 over Coppin State
with Keaton Mitchell.
Keaton Mitchell is
enjoying his day out there.
Bandwagon captain number 1 right now. He is out there. He's had a megaphone in hand. He's been getting pictures with the kids. He is having a good time. Just
and you
tweeted,
love to see it.
"Get gone," number 99, his catchphrase. As Alec Makarevich went deep.
And now people are saying, you know, when football season comes around, which, by the way, 92 days until ECU NC State, September 3rd, once he breaks a long run, everybody needs to just shout, "Get gone."
Get gone. Stephen Igo tweeted that Mike Houston and Mike Schwartz out at the ballpark today. So love the synergy, Mully.
Wonder where...
Warms my heart.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing. I see a little NIL opportunity with the Get Gone thing for Keaton. That'd be
I'd buy a Get Gone shirt.
That'd be a cool T-shirt.
Oh, no doubt.
Have you texted? Have you?
No.
You need another business venture. You need to get into the NIL game.
Hey, do we know the folks over at University Sportswear? Because maybe we could give them a call and come up with something.
Yeah, actually, did he get under that one?
That's Barini.
Yeah. Fly ball in the right. 2 outs now, bottom 6. As kind of playing out the string here at Clark LeClaire Stadium. This one was over in the 3rd inning, maybe before that, but really in the 3rd when Bryson Worrell made some history. I got to say it's the first time it's happened in ECU history where a guy hits 2 home runs from the different side of the plate in the
I
same
think it's
inning.
fair to say in a regional.
You think a regional history?
Yeah, East Carolina's got a long history of dudes that can, hit a little bit. But I would think in a regional, that's got to be history.
Worrell earlier this year had 2, one from each side in the same game.
In the same game. See, that's what I was thinking about, but it wasn't the same inning. But yeah, he did earlier this year hit 2 on each side of the plate in the same game. But to do it in the same inning just kind of tells you about the offense of play. And that was a 9 spot there for the Pirates in that, 3rd inning?
Yeah.
And the Pirates are continuing to pile it on here.
Hey, shout out to this pitcher, Mully. He's getting hit, but he's an
still
innings
in there,
man. He is still
and he's giving up.
He is just throwing it right down the middle and saying, "What you gonna do?" And Amac's gonna fly out to center and gets out of another inning. So credit to this guy.
Yeah,
stats to consider.
Whoa, sorry.
That was a violent stat to consider. That was pretty cool.
That was a very violent stat to consider. I apologize because I was using the wrong keyboard.
Check him out, Mully.
I'm doing 2 things at once.
He's
right
getting
now.
his high fives.
You know what? I don't know how often I've seen guys. Maybe he's got a little Eric Gagne with the glasses on the mound
and the goat too.
Yeah, but he's yeah. I mean, there's been some loud outs, but he's recording outs.
Keeping an eye on what's going on across the country right now. Top of the 4th in Austin. Remember, the Greenville Regional matches up with the Austin Regional. Texas has taken a 3-2 lead over Air Force in the 4th inning. So we're keeping an eye on that. Louisville has scored a run. They have tied it up with Southeast Missouri State in a 1-4 matchup, 2-2 in the 4th. Notre Dame holding there, which that score hadn't updated in a while. Do we got some rain or what's going on there? Notre Dame up 2-0, bottom of the first. That's either a late score or we got a delay going on. That one being played in Georgia.
Yes.
Georgia Southern.
And Shirley, I don't know if you could find this by any chance, but one of the greatest interviews I've ever been a part of in Pirate Radio history was Mike Kozlowski, the head coach for Air Force, when they came in and did the challenge down at the Sound of Freedom or what the little deal they do with Navy over at Granger Stadium. Man, he was kind enough. So Jake Jacobs, a local guy, his son Tucker played at Air Force, and they were kind enough to line it up to where we could get Coach Kaz on the air with us. And it was one. If by any chance it could be found, it's well worth playing again. It was one of the most inspirational, probably 2-minute deals that he talked about what their role is as a service academy, preparing kids to go serve their country, and by the way, they're getting a chance to play baseball.
What was the first name again?
Mike.
Okay,
is he still the head coach?
I think he is.
Does he coach third? If it's that, there was a clip just a couple weeks ago that kind of went viral where it was an Air Force game and the announcers, they put like his numbers, his stats, and it had his wins, losses, all that, conference title, and it said like his tours and flew a fighter jet.
Yeah, he's a legit.
It was awesome.
He's an Air Force Academy grad. He played at Air Force. So my oldest son, I was actually allowed to go bat boy for them for a couple games, and man, it was like 30 degrees, raining. It was really, really cold, miserable. But Gabe stayed the course. He was. I was very proud of him, as was Kaz. And Kaz, you know how generals and all have coins, that may have like something that distinguishes maybe their motto or whatever. Where Air Force baseball has coins, and Coach Kaz gave Gabe a coin that he still cherishes to this day. But pretty neat experience. Again, if there was any chance to find that, it was really, really cool deal.
Do you remember what year it was?
Oh gosh, it was.
So is this like dugout or
this
Morgan and Mully?
This might have been one of the two. I don't know.
Yeah.
This was like 6 years ago. I'm going to say maybe even.
We got it. We got it. We'll find it at some point and reserve that to you. Danny Beal going to stay in. He just threw pitch number 34, and it's going to be a double down the left field line unless Lane can get this in quick. He'll hold it to a single.
That's one thing about Lane Hoover. He gets the ball in really quick. And, he gets to the ball quick, and then it's out of his hands. And I don't see a lot of doubles when it's hit the left field to Lane Hoover.
I would say the Pirates do a good job as a team limiting damage. Like when something does happen negatively to them, they hold a guy to a single, hold a guy to a double, get a guy out at home. We've seen that countless times this year.
I'm going to bet you that this guy that just got this AB and hit, it maybe came off the bench just based off the dugout's reaction, the first base coach's reaction. They were pretty happy for him, and he almost looked like he might be the most surprised guy in the ballpark. So good for him. But that's the stuff that gets lost in all this regional anticipation, especially for fans of East Carolina that are hoping for a bid to Omaha. These kids from Coppin State are out here having a life experience that they'll never forget.
This is the guy you like, right?
Yeah. He's the one who made the dive and catch him and to go in center field.
Number 9 for Coppin State, who has a run. At one point in the game, they were out hitting East Carolina 3-1.
Yeah.
That was their
that's changed.
One highlight of the day. But it is 13-1 as we play in the top of the 7th. And once again, Danny Beal playing. Ryder Giles is what's he doing? Tracking pitches. What's he doing with that clipboard?
Yeah, he's either. So you've got several clipboards going. You may have a spray chart. You may have just straight up again tracking pitches, how many pitches were thrown, what they are, blah blah blah. But there's 4 or 5 guys with spray charts and different things that they have access to for information.
Mully, enjoyed having you here today,
yeah, man. It's been
good. You add to. We had a lot of nonsense here. You class up the joint, so we appreciate that, and your knowledge as well. As Danny Beal gets a called strike 3, 1 out here in the 7th inning. East Carolina leading it 13-1. Once again, if the Pirates win, they'll play Saturday night 7:00.
By the way, 5th strikeout for Danny Beal.
Nice. Yeah, that's a really quality pitch right there. That's a really good pitch, and good job by Newton presenting that for the umpire.
Mm-hmm. And I think the batter, when he made that face, he got me more so than being upset with the ump there. I got.
When you're down 12 in the 7th, You can't expect a whole lot of mercy from the umpire. You know what I noticed earlier, that this umpire has a fairly wide strike zone. It's
a good observation. You noticed that too?
That was an insight. If you weren't in the,
do you disagree with me? I mean, why is that such a crazy?
I would think that would only be the second pitch that we could even possibly have an opportunity to evaluate this umpire.
I guess I watched the game closer than you.
You probably do.
I don't know. I see the game a different way.
You definitely do. You definitely do.
I like this little bat wagon that the leadoff hitter does.
That little dude from California.
Oh, I tried to get hit.
He said no, it didn't hit me.
I saw the clip of perennial a-hole Albert Bell. They showed him running over Fernando Vina, but do you remember when he got hit by a pitch and wanted to get out of the batter's box?
Stay in the batter's box.
And just had this like stone cold serial killer face, and they were like, Albert, go to first, and he was like, no, I'm good.
Was he Albert then, or was he Joey?
I think he was Albert. Wasn't he Joey early on?
He was Joey early on.
He looks more like an Albert.
Who else have we seen go through that, the name change thing? Giancarlo Stanton. Mike Stanton. You know, just up and change your name, kind of, Prince-like.
And then you have the religion thing where Chris Jackson from LSU became Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf.
That's right.
You got that thing.
Right.
Yeah, there's been some he just went to D. Strange Gordon. I'm trying to think of first name changes. BJ Upton went to Melvin.
He did. You're right.
Because apparently BJ stood for Boss Man Jr. I don't know if that's true or not.
No, I don't either.
But I think Melvin is actually his name. So anyway.
Yeah, kind of an interesting thing when these dudes just up and decide, no, call me this.
This is our filler material.
Yeah, well, 12-run game.
We have been going live here for 2.5 hours now. Feels like more. This one dragged along for a while. Chandler, I hadn't heard much from you this hour. How you doing, buddy?
Tired. I mean, and it doesn't help that this is a 13-1 game.
Yeah.
You know, I am glad that
I'll take it.
That it's the Pirates on this side, and hopefully they can, which it looks like they will get out of this and be playing tomorrow night in a packed Clark LeClaire Stadium. We always love those Saturday 7:00 games.
Those are my favorite. What are you smirking?
Well, Chandler said, 13-1 game, and thankfully East Carolina. I'm thinking if East Carolina was down 13-1 to Coppin State, this town may burn tonight. I mean, it would be. Can you imagine how devastated the Pirate fans would be?
I'm not even
if we're down 13-1. Well, we know at this point we cannot be down 13-1 to Coppin State. It's absolutely impossible.
Danny Beal trying to get out of another inning as he has pitched well for the Pirates. He got a breaking ball for a strikeout. Good call, Mully.
Dealing Danny Beal.
And he works another scoreless frame.
I really think if he comes back out, it's his the rest of the way. Yeah. I mean, I think that's it. That would be.
And how huge would that be for this pitching staff?
Well, I mean, it's good, but you sure would like to have that breaking ball in that. I mean, the thing is that this staff is not in a position where you have a throw off guy to where you just go, hey, maybe you go to the little lefty that hadn't thrown a whole lot, Keeter. But there's not a ton of options for guys that you don't mind burning innings.
And Mully, you say things that makes me change my opinion. Like, I'm thinking the least amount of pitchers you can throw today is what you want to do. But again, if you go one inning for a couple guys here, it's not like they're burned for the regional.
And again, that's very specific to the guy too. Right now, what we don't know, because we're not Danny Beal's pitching coach, Danny Beal may be a guy that doesn't turn well. You know what I mean? He may not be a good guy on short rest. So maybe
they know they got it.
Some guys just have rubber arm.
Okay.
And you can roll them back out there the next day, and they're going to be equally as effective. That's kind of a rare breed, especially in today's game where these guys have grown up playing a lot of showcase baseball, playing pitch count baseball in high school. You don't see guys extend 100 pitches. Matter of fact, kind of an anomaly. UNC Greensboro made the comeback in their conference tournament. They won 4 baseball games using only 5 pitchers. And that's almost unheard of in today's game.
Who was the guy? Was it Arkansas that kept throwing out a reliever last year for all those innings?
Yeah.
And burned them?
Yep.
I don't know if they burned them, but threw them out there.
You have to have exceptional stuff to be able to go like that. Because everybody's seen you, everybody knows what your MO is. So you have to be able to beat them even with them knowing what your plan is. I mean, we saw it, going back to Alex White when Carolina was in the World Series. We saw Alex make a start, then we saw him come back on short rest out of the bullpen, and he was a guy that had an exceptional slider that could beat you even though you knew it was coming. So, it's those type guys that have the ability to win games and then turn around.
I used to love as a kid when Randy Johnson would come out of the bullpen in the playoffs. I thought that was the coolest thing ever to see. Wait, he just started a couple games ago. Is it legal for him to pitch again?
Yeah.
Major win today, Mully. You go today without seeing Mayhew, Spivey, Saylor. That's huge, I think, for you.
Yeah, that's... But you may have to see all three of them tomorrow. This is postseason baseball, man. You worry about tomorrow, and I say that, and I'm gonna kind of go back on it. This matchup with Coppin State and their inability to throw strikes early and your ability to put up a non-spot changes that whole mentality. Now, there's no run rule in play. There's no getting out of here earlier. So you might as well, you could start thinking about the past this point. You feel like our staff's not going to give up 12 runs,
right?
So. But again, it's postseason baseball, man, and it's especially when you get in, you get that one loss. Whoever leaves this game with a loss tomorrow, man, all bets are off, and you got to go with whatever you got you think gives you a chance.
Some guys are about to get some rest, Molly, because C.J. Boyd is batting and Ryder Giles is standing on the on-deck circle.
Yeah, and that's we talked about that earlier, man. It's an opportunity for guys to get some play and get a couple at bats in a regional, to get out there and kind of get their legs underneath them. And some of these guys, we haven't seen for a while.
Ryder Giles is one.
Yeah,
in the batter's box.
So and you never know when you're going to need him.
There's Coach.
I sure would love to see him take that coat off and go to the pen. He's got his spikes on.
Shirley asked a really good question earlier about, with the situation that we're in right now, do you see Coach just getting out there and getting some...
I think that's completely up to him and the staff knowing where he's at and in his ability to go.
Got it in front of that one.
But like I said, it's a good sign he's got his spikes on. Typically, if a pitcher has no intention of pitching that day, he's got his turfs on or tennis shoes. He does have his spikes on, so maybe that would be almost an ideal situation is Bill gets you through the next inning and then Cooch comes out and closes it out will be a good thing. But I would think he would probably be down in the pen by now if that were the case.
Molly, was it you, as we get a 3-2 pitch here and hit it pretty well, left center, going to be caught. Was it you that said those balls that are pulled sharply foul, that mouth-breathing Neanderthals like me look at and go, ooh, he hit that one hard? You say that's not a good thing.
Anytime, especially late in counts, when you have a 2-strike count, we'll start there and kind of work backwards. When you have a 2-strike count, the anticipation is that you've got to see the ball deeper, right? Because guys are going to try to beat you with breaking stuff or whatever. So you got to see the ball deeper. You got to kind of eliminate part of the plate. Those balls should be hit foul. When you watch a big league game, and I want you to pay attention to it, you don't see big league hitters with 2 strikes duck hooking balls foul. It's very, very rare. Your big power guys may do that some, but you see them letting the ball travel, and all their foul balls are off to the opposite field, into the bleachers or whatever. So you don't want to see guys coming around the baseball. You want to see him staying inside the ball and seeing the ball travel.
I feel like I've heard this a lot from Cliff being at games and late in counts. I believe he's saying stay late. Stay late.
I've never heard him say that, but that's what exactly correct. Okay. I mean, that's, see it late, and you'll see him do the 2-strike deal, I love you thing when they touch.
As Ryder just tanks one foul, Mully.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing is he's in there right now to try to get his approach back. So right now he's got 2 strikes. He's got to go 2-strike fight. He's got to know that I can't let this guy in. This guy looks like he's going fastball away.
When's the last time? Oh, did he do it?
That's
Come
a
on,
hanger.
did he do it?
Come on, Ryder! Come on, Ryder!
Foul ball?
No. No.
Foul ball?
No.
That would have been big for the...
Yeah.
Oh man.
See what he had. I mean, that's a loud foul ball. I mean, and so if that ball gets a little bit deeper, He squares that ball up, keeps it fair. That was a hanging breaking ball.
The dugout was about to explode.
He hit it good. He just got around it a little bit.
Power hitter Ryder Giles, 1 dinger on the year, 3 for his career. Looking for number 4.
Almost had number 4.
Man, how was the last time he hit? Yikes!
He gone.
I don't know what's interesting. If he comes up here and hits the ball out of the park, say he gets another at bat and doubles in the right center gap, you got to make the lineup tomorrow. You're like, man, maybe we play him at. I mean, again, nothing's off limits.
Off-brand Gagne is now up to 80 pitches, as he is just eating innings for breakfast.
Right. See, that's
he has just been a work
around it.
Now every time it happens, I'm like, well, yeah, Molly's right. He
just got done talking to him. We're like, right, foul ball.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's look,
piece of it.
And he's entering quality at bat zone where he's I don't know what Cliff's number is. Normally it's 7, 8, 9 pitches that you see. Puts you in a quality at bat. That means you've worked the pitcher. If he can work his way on, he gets an extra kind of point for that. So a base hit at this point obviously is a quality at bat. There's a lot of ways to help your team that don't necessarily show up on the scoreboard.
Shirley, hit the music. We need to take another break. We'll come back, wrap up hour 1 as Ryder has worked it to a full count.
Yeah, so he came back from an 0-2 count to a 3-2 count. That's a great at bat. Regardless of what happens, that's a great at bat.
We'll take a break, come back. East Carolina up 13-1 on Coppin State in the 7th inning. A lot more to go. Pirate Radio Live. By the way, we're here. We're hanging out. If you want to call in, give your thoughts on today's game, this regional, the action going on across the country, 317-1250. We'll take your calls as Ryder fouls another one off. Needs to stay late.
Stay late.
We're back with you. We're staying late after this.
Hey guys, this is Kyra from Postcode Junction in Washington, where all your shipping needs come together. Did you know Postcode Junction is the only UPS, FedEx, and DHL shipping location in Washington? Postcode Junction is also the place for your Amazon returns. Need to ship a package the same day? Want to avoid the long lines at the post office? Come see us at Postcode Junction by 4:30 and we got you covered. Postcode Junction on 15th Street in Washington next to Tractor Supply. Go Pirates!
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers. The Wood Ducks are at Granger Stadium this upcoming week versus the Charleston River Dogs, May 31st through June 5th. If you were at the Wednesday game on the 25th, bring your ticket this Wednesday for free entry. Saturday, there will be a pregame concert, and the first 1,000 fans will receive a Hawaiian button-down shirt sponsored by Down East Homes. Go online to get your tickets in advance at woodducksbaseball.com or at the box office the day of the game. Hope to see you at Granger Stadium cheering on the Wood Ducks. Go Woodies!
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with Copy Pro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. Copy Pro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at Copy Pro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
Copy Pro. We are the professional office systems people.
The 80s and 90s were filled with obnoxiously loud styles. Dudes wore crop tops and super high shorts and rocked it with the confidence of 10,000 Sean Connerys and Tom Sellecks combined. And at Tailgate Classics, their mission is to bring that energy back. Locally owned and operated by ECU alum Cam Higley, Tailgate Classics has a unique line of vintage and retro tees, polos, jerseys, hats, and more. Go by the store today at 304 Evans Street in Greenville and check out their website at shoptailgateclassics.com.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
It's bow time. Our biscuit makers know a thing or two about scratch-made buttermilk biscuits.
Actually, it's 49.
That's right, 49 savory steps. So yeah, we know biscuits like the back of our hand. Because, well, these buttermilk biscuits are...
made by hand.
Yep, that Southern know-how is our bread and butter. And if you're still wondering what makes a Bojangles biscuit so good, well, just ask your mouth. Yep, that's what we thought. Come celebrate Bo's Buttermilk Biscuit Month with a scratch-made Cajun Filet biscuit. It's bow time.
This is Carson Wissenhunt, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Need some beer for the weekend? The Jarvis Street Bottle Shop near Christie's Europub is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating North Carolina craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by Tuesday through Sunday or check out the Jarvis Street Bottle Shop on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome back to the show.
I was getting ready to say, where are you guys at?
We're here. We're here. Chandler Honeycutt, Mike Mullis here.
Tony Dunn's in the building.
Tony Dunn in the green room with a tropicalist shirt. I like it. Looking good. Some people didn't participate today.
I don't have one.
Okay.
And the last time I checked, because I actually went online to see how much I'm not paying a ridiculous amount of money.
Neither am I. I got these jewels. I got some cheapos on the Amazon.
I'm not going to lie. I looked over and saw Tony Dunn, and I was like, oh, we have other guests on today.
That's right. We're this is a different show for us as we're just kind of rolling along here. We're live. If you want to call in, chime in, you can do so, 317-1250, or hit us up on Facebook Live.
We will have Tony Dunn, and we will have Greeny coming up.
Yeah, Mark Greenhelge, and we'll go out live to Clark LeClaire after this one's over and get some recap. There is a ton to recap with this one, but this one has been, not in doubt since the third inning.
All Pirates,
as it is 14-1. They added another run. So, by the way, Ryder Giles ended that long QAB with a shot right where it came from, up the middle of center field, Mully.
Yep, it was a good piece, especially deep in that count, and had seen a bunch of pitches. That was a great at bat.
And for him, not being in the batter's box for quite a while now, even though it is 14-1 and it's the bottom of the seventh, that has to feel good for Ryder Giles to work a count like that and get a good piece of hitting.
And we've seen this inning, C.J. Boyd, Ryder Giles. You guys, was that Joey Resnick?
Yes.
That also got a hit, and
oh boy,
Bryson Worrell.
And he's one of those guys where you have to go like this several times. See ya.
Well, actually, with a guy like him, if you're saying don't let it get behind you, is that what you're saying? Move back depth-wise, is that was your sign? With him, you almost take away the flair, because if he hits it over your head, he's probably going to hit it out of the park. You know what I mean? So there's not a whole lot of need in a 13-run game. And quite frankly, they're probably not saying a whole lot other than, hey, let's throw strikes and get out of here.
I meant in general, not right now.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys, man, that can get behind you quick.
A little more velocity for this guy than what we've been seeing. He's last pitch 86, which again, these right-handers sitting 85, 86 are kind of what you fight to the bat rack to get an AB off these guys.
Worrell looking for hit number 3. He's been on base 4 times today. Well, he went around the bases twice and had 2 walks as he is locked in. I thought Wake Forest had kicked a field goal. It was 7-3. It is 7-7 now. Wake has tied it up as they play in the 9th inning as they are taking on UConn right now. So a good one going on there. Campbell still scored, and so is Georgia Tech, 15-8 as they play in the 9th inning. And Worrell gets into this one to center field.
Off the end of the bat a little bit.
And that's going to be his first time he has not reached today. So 2 down here in the 7th inning as East Carolina controls it 14-1.
Yeah, so this little second baseman, he looks like he stole somebody's uniform. He's just a little fella. He's a guy that's come off the bench.
So we got Skater Dude, we got Store Brand Gagne, California Lefty. As Coppin State doing all they can right now.
A Clip Brock impersonator.
We got me with no batting gloves, just living the dream.
Looking forward to the next game coming up, Virginia, Coastal Carolina. Mully, you talked to some guys on the Coastal Carolina staff yesterday. I was watching their practice, and during BP, they've got guys hitting ground balls. There's a guy at shortstop. Now, he was taking ground balls at shortstop. Don't know if that's his position or not, but number 20, man, I was watching this guy, very smooth. And you talk about the guy, Matt Day, for Coppin State. He's kind of like the guy, for me, that looks athletic. He looks like he can make some plays there at shortstop. So I'm ready to see him play in this upcoming game.
Coastal Carolina be full of those guys. They always recruit athletes, and like I said, guys that can run and guys that can defend. Quality club, quality program for a long time, and the job that Gary Gilmore's done there is pretty impressive.
Carter Cunningham getting an AB here for East Carolina. And hits it well down the line, and that one will be fair.
That's going to score.
Yeah, Resnick can run.
Unless he holds them up there.
Cunningham.
Nope, here he comes in.
Cunningham goes to second.
Make it 15-1 Pirates.
Yeah, and I believe it's Resnick.
It is.
Yeah, Resnick's the lead singer
of
of
rock star.
Yeah, 9 Inch Nails.
How did that Mully? 9 Inch Nails guy?
Trent Resnick, actually, I think is his
well
name.
done, sir.
Thank you.
That's shocking right there.
Come on, man.
Didn't know you were
credit.
A 9 Inch Nails guy. So a nice RBI double there from Carter Cunningham, and his unfortunate for some, fortunate for others, we didn't get to hear his walk-up song since this is the NCAA event. Yeah,
that's an interesting.
The kids like it, the adults not so much. I see a sign. You see that sign, Mully, hanging over the ESPN?
It's East. Yeah, East North Carolina.
Got to remind
or East Carolina. Yeah, I think there was a meme or something posted. I don't know if it actually happened, where there was going to be some T-shirts given out to the ESPN folks to help them understand exactly the geography and the correct pronunciation of ECU. But
I missed the first at bat from Ryan McChrystal. Says he's 0 for 1 today. Missed that one, but he's in the game. Catcher number 3, Mully.
Yep.
Because we have Wilcoxon DHing.
Yep.
DH'd.
And then, Newton's burned, and Resnick just scored, and he was listed as a first baseman catcher, and this is your third catcher. So,
starting the year, we saw a lot of changes behind the plate.
Yep.
McChrystal being one, Wilcoxon being one. Then they finally settled with Ben Newton, who's been doing good down the stretch.
And I know you didn't mean it that way. They didn't settle with him. He
earned the spot.
But
he earned the spot, yeah. You know what? I'd like to see Terwilliger get an AB off this guy.
I'm with you.
I mean, dude, he could swing it. Yeah. For a guy that doesn't get to hit much, talking about Ryder Giles, give me Benny T.
Benny T, baby.
He could roll the pole.
Garrett Saylor, roll the pole?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what does that mean?
Swing the bat.
Roll the pole. You think I never played baseball before?
You really didn't.
Come on, Mully.
We just played on Tuesday.
No, you did. And that was quite a display. I'm glad you guys shared that video with
me. For
me.
A guy that loves a good backside go with the pitch, I can't believe you're not more impressed with my AB.
Well,
he went backside, Mully.
That's a lack of bat speed.
I stayed late.
Yeah, you were just late.
I woke up late. I got there late. I stayed late.
Just late on soft toss.
Josh Moylan to the plate now for the Pirates. Did I say that we were talking about pitchers? Garrett Saylor 1 for 1 on the year.
Yeah,
batting 1,000.
Yeah, Cooch. We've seen Cooch swing it.
Yep.
I mean, Moylan. Come on, dude.
And Terwilliger is 1 for 3, but he's made contact every time.
3 balls hit home.
And what do you call it? Loud outs or
loud outs?
Yeah, a loud
Warning
out.
track power. The last time I think he got a
Well, I don't think it was a power issue. I think it was just a line drive. I mean, it was a high. I mean, he smoked it. You know, it wasn't a lack of velocity to get out of the park. He just banged it off the wall.
Was it this year that Cooch had a big time RBI single at the middle? Or was that last year?
It was last year. Cliff had made some moves and all of a sudden found himself in a position where Cooch was in the game, and Cooch gets a big hit. It might even have been like a go-ahead single or something.
No, that was Matt Bridges.
No, Cooch had one too.
Okay. But I know Matt Bridges
did too, yeah.
up the middle in a big
Maybe
spot.
you're right. Maybe it was Bridges. Maybe it was Bridges that
last year
at Georgia Southern.
bailed him out.
That's what I'm thinking of. All right, we need to take a break. You going one more with us?
We can. I mean,
let's go.
I will stay late.
This is like
Seriously,
Seinfeld.
Look, I'm always excited to get you on the show. I was extra excited today to get you on here and talk baseball because the analysis is just off the charts.
Along with the jabs, we've done a lot of ass kissing, Mully, but we appreciate
I mean
you,
that.
man.
Yeah, no, it's good.
All right, take a timeout, come back. Tony Dunn.
Oh boy, that's pop up.
What
is going on?
This camera person, we didn't see the out. At least the third time today, we have not seen the ball be caught.
It's not like that every time, but it seems like if it's a very high fly ball, then
So you know what our fan base is going to say. They sent us the crappiest camera operator because it's Eastern Carolina.
Well, the first part of that segment was true, but I don't think it's because of.
No, I think this person is just not very good at their job.
Brutal stuff. Tony Dunn will join us. We'll see if we can find some football topics to talk about as we watch and talk about Pirate baseball. And we'll give you some scores from around the country on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by DeBug. More to go. Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey, Birdland, watch the O's take on the Cleveland Guardians Friday, June 3rd through 5th. Kick off your weekend with an Adley Rutschman Welcome to the Show t-shirt. Plus, stay after the game for Friday fireworks. Then, get to the yard early on Saturday when the first 15,000 fans 15 and over will receive a This is Birdland t-shirt presented by Baltimore area Chick-fil-A restaurants. Finally, on Sunday, Kids Run the Bases presented by Wise Markets. Spend your weekend watching Orioles baseball. Purchase your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Welcome to U.S. Cellular. Yeah, hi. I want a new phone for free, but not just any phone. I want the newest, fastest, most storage holding 5G unlimited data using phone in here for free. Sure, your choice. Really? Yep.
At U.S. Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone from any brand free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
We all love using Uber Eats, DoorDash, and grocery pickup. It makes life so much easier. Well, now there is cellular delivery, and the team at Cellular Warehouse has perfected the process. They will deliver your new phone right to your door with all your information loaded on the new phone. And the best thing is there is no charge for this awesome service. And you don't have to waste half the day sitting in a Cellular store. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 and let his team of experts make your cellular delivery today. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent, serving all of Eastern North Carolina.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Well, keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, been hot and sunny all day. Starting to get some cloud cover here, but we're top of the 8th, so hopefully we can get this one in before anything happens outside. Shirley Rhodes doing double duty at the moment, audio and video production, and you're keeping up with the scoreboard too, Shirley.
Well, yeah,
very impressive.
Thank you.
We got the score bug up now on our. That's right, doing one extra, doing one more.
You know, the only standard that's not met today is no water. That was a good call on the way in. Who's in charge of the water?
That would be one of the
higher ups. Yeah, well, I would think we need to lead by example.
Yeah, well, you know what?
We all are parched.
I'm going to bust open this Margaritaville tropical water.
There you go, baby.
And we will be giving that away coming up in the third hour of today's show.
You get one bottle because that's all that's left.
Now I did bring in an outside water and put in the fridge.
It's all right. I got that good old tap water.
Now, if you win this today, take it out to the ballpark tomorrow because I do want to try. And I think Hannah Manning said that she was going to let me try the Mango Peach Paradise.
You know, you could buy these.
No.
Am I going crazy or is there still music lightly playing?
I hear it.
Yeah. It was driving me nuts.
She's back down again.
I was like, where is this coming from?
I thought I had pulled the pot all the way down. I had not.
No, Shirley's still up
You're
here.
up there. You're up there.
Yeah, I'd like to try Chandler. I'd like you to come sit over here and do this.
Big boy.
Ooh.
At the same time.
Big boy.
Ooh.
And
Not
play
to mention-
Candy Crush.
No.
Can't even get the wrinkles out of his shirt. How is he going to do all that?
Wow.
You can't
not
tell.
only running the sound,
You can't tell.
not only running audio, keeping up with the score, watching the game, and doing the weekend logs at the same time.
Wow.
Nice job. Beaker's in now. We've mentioned that we may see Beaker.
No, Molly, go and say it. You mentioned it.
Well, I mean, I was just trying to get us, back in some form of focus.
If we're doing our scorecards, Ryder
Giles.
get his ass out of there.
QAB by Ryder in the last inning.
I was so jacked when I thought he hit that home run, but
So was the dugout.
Molly, if we're doing scorecards for our watch along and stuff, you've had Quab, a major quality appearance.
Thank you.
You've done a great job.
Quality at watch.
Quality at watch.
I agree. That the whole conversation on pulling foul balls, very educational.
It was.
Yeah, very educational.
It was kind of PBS-like.
NPR. Now let's get the old 643, Mike Mollis, to get out of the 8th.
That is the pitcher's best friend.
Tony, what's up with your broke ass owner?
Bankruptcy.
This is the way that rich people massage and finesse the game of life, and this is like the benefits of having money and assets is because you get to start businesses, and when they don't do well, you get to write them off and actually make money from their failures. And
how many times do you think this has happened in his
God bless America?
I don't know. That's a great question, because he's not been, as far as I know, like a giant entrepreneur as much as just a hedge fund guy. Yeah, but if I have a friend that's in rental properties, and like they write off everything as depreciating asset, and so like imagine the Panthers probably
is a depreciating asset if there's ever been one.
Well done. You're in the best mood I've ever seen.
No, well, thank you.
I know. It's like the nice Mully is here today.
You know why? And maybe it is part of Mully, but I think I influence you a lot, Tony.
True.
Whether you want to say that or not.
That is true.
And the way I talk about Mully, you probably have a negative outlook on Mully.
Yeah, which is totally unfair.
Because I describe him as such a...
And it's not fair, because Mully is a great guy.
Yeah, and I see Tony fairly regularly. And after we were on the air one time, at the same, probably the only other time, he comes walking in. We're both having an afternoon pirate beverage, and I kind of throw my hand up, and he kind of drops his head and walks on. I was like, well, shit. I don't know... I was going to engage him. I figured it's another guy to have some sports talk with, and, kind of. But it was so since then I act like I don't see him. I'm like, so from now on, feel free. We'll acknowledge, maybe shake hands, maybe share a beverage, maybe carry on.
Maybe we'll just talk joke about clips.
He's setting you up.
That's way too easy.
This guy's a jerk. For folks that don't know, so David Tepper's real estate firm filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And does this have to do? This has to do with the facility in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Yeah. So obviously they set up a separate company to build this thing,
which goes to what you're talking about. You just set up a company.
You just and that's what
it's Tuesday. I feel like setting up a company.
Yeah. Let's just establish this, and I don't know really what it means, other than I think that they're gonna, I guess, be able to get out some of their debts, I would think.
Yeah, probably restructure, pull some cash out of it from other places, and not have to pay the debt that they owe out at the same volume that they would have to pay it at the original structure. Donald Trump's like the champion of that. Like, his bankruptcies are limitless.
I wish I could bankruptcy my credit card.
You can, but it can be painful if you don't have all the money that they have. It's a different, little different deal.
We did learn something since we last saw you, Tony.
What's that?
David Tepper will fire a coach. He fired the soccer coach
in the inaugural season.
Midway through
they're not even
season.
Done.
No, yeah.
And I feel like, and I'm not a soccer guy, you know that, and but I feel like they've had good attendance.
That's smoked. No, you got it off the end of the bat.
I feel like they've had good attendance. I feel like from what I've seen, they've been somewhat competitive.
I don't follow it at all, but I did read one player. I don't know if this is true or not, but a player said, "I'm not playing for you if this guy's still the manager when I get back from international." And apparently that's all it took.
That was all it takes.
From what I read, I don't know.
Which is strange that they have that much pool, because they didn't even have that. They were about to play their first game, and their roster was not even set 2 days
And
early.
that coach that got fired said that they're in a, I'm trying to remember the word he used, but like we're in turmoil, and the season hadn't even started yet. So.
Where do they play?
In Bank of America.
Yeah, obviously
here's another fun fact for you, is that, or interesting story with David Tepper. He pulls up the grass at Bank of America, puts in turf so they can have concerts and things.
Which ECU played the first game on that turf against App State last year.
And so the soccer, they can, so they can do the soccer without all the wear on the field. But I think it's Manchester United. Did they play there or something? They had to. There's something that they're not allowed to play on turf, so they brought in grass for one game.
This is.
I know, it's just a circus with him. But that's what happens when you get bazillionaires, you know what I'm saying?
Did you see the line in that article, Mully, where was it the Rock Hill person said
he came in thinking
we thought we were getting Jerry Jones and we got Dan Snyder talking about Tepper? That's a hell of a line.
Well, I think there's a lot of truth to that, or at least as it's played out to this point. But I don't. Surely it's not that bad.
No, there's a picture floating around on Twitter of a substation in Rock Hill, and it says the David Tepper special. We stopped making it halfway through.
The funniest one was when they put the Halloween Express on the unfinished practice facility.
Yeah, they literally had a building.
It was half
made,
and they said quit it.
I just wonder what. I mean, we got to see this whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing play out, and how bizarrely wild people's lives are.
$15 million.
That's it.
What happened?
That's it.
Who got $15 million?
Well, he's supposed to get 10 at the end. He won. I just saw somebody put on Facebook is the first time that a man's ever won a fight with a woman. I thought that was funny. But you got to wonder what the lives of the rich and famous, how incredibly different they are from ours.
And the things we think about as far as paying bills and stuff like that, that just never goes through. They don't care if they get arrested. Like if we get arrested with the lawyers and court,
I know
it would kill us. They're just like, yeah, whatever. Well, dude, anyway.
I mean, you know how many gift cards I would lose at Pirate Radio if I got arrested?
I mean, that would set you back.
I know.
Molly,
you get gift cards?
Molly, come on, man. No perks.
No, I get lunch every now and then with the bosses.
You got a T-shirt or something?
Yeah, I got a T-shirt.
Why are you shaking your head at a Ryder Giles as he drills a single to the left side?
That was drilled.
No, it was not drilled. I will be on Molly's side.
That was a bounding ball through the infield. That was a seeing eye dog.
Heads up played by the shortstop to hustle to third to make sure somebody was covering.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Look at you watching the game at an elite level. Well done, Chan Man. Joey Resnick, a.k.a. Trent Resnick, up.
Yeah, his first at bat, he rolled one over two. Another seeing eye dog.
Yeah,
don't you want them to roll the pole?
Yeah.
That meant something different, Tony, in your world, didn't it?
I think so.
Nobody's hit the free taco sign.
I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
Yeah, I was thinking earlier. I don't know that I recall that happening.
And if it does, something amazing is going to happen. You get a free beef taco.
That's a 99-cent perk.
I guess. Yeah.
You don't even get no sour cream on it.
No, you get beef,
extra.
cheese, and the shell.
It's that Tuesday taco.
Have fun with that.
Pirates playing out the string here, bottom of the 8th, up 15-1 as they have dominated. Tony, you excited, man? I mean, you're not a huge baseball guy, but you got to be pumped.
Oh, look at that. There you go.
Let's go. Let's get on the merry-go-round.
That's more than walking. That's walking a dog. That's not a seeing eye dog.
No, that was better. Yeah,
that dog's running in the park, baby.
I know we've highlighted some of Keaton Mitchell's tweets. Did you read this one? Get gone again. Number 35. Switch hands on him.
Yeah, Keaton Mitchell is the biggest bandwagon baseball fan I've ever seen.
But he's into it, man.
Yeah, he's pumped.
It's fun.
As the Pirates are rolling right now. That was solid contact, left center.
You know what's funny to me is that of all the people that are actually baseball bandwagon fans, Clip Brock, you are clearly the biggest bandwagon fan of this team, considering you had written them off for dead, and now you are calling other people bandwagon fans. I find that to be quite interesting.
I gotta step in here. I gotta defend my friend here. What he said at the beginning of the year is it looks like it's going to be hard to have success. I mean, and that first month of baseball made it really feel like.
Oh, it was interesting.
My biggest.
Hold on, but Clip, was that the
no? My attorney really lightened up what I said, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, so that invitation to speak when we see each other in public. Yeah,
I said ECU will not make it as an at-large this year. The ship has sailed. We can still win the league and get in that way. So I wrote them off. 100%.
They have really not let you slide on this one bit. I feel like it's been every day that I tune into Pirate Radio. Somebody has to bring this up.
And it's been the head coach, and it's been other people.
Well, that was fun. That was fun.
I gave you credit earlier this week on this program about how I respect you for owning up to.
Takes a big man.
Takes a big man to admit that he was wrong.
And I guess it takes a bandwagon fan to recognize a bandwagon fan, because it's fun.
Right, that's how I pick them out so easy.
This bandwagon radar is always on.
Yeah, you throw the bandwagon thing around very, very
bandwagon
liberal.
radar is on, and Keaton Mitchell would light up like it was a big circle on the radar.
You can be pessimistic and be a fan, though.
I hope so, because I'm a Washington Commanders fan.
And we're Panther fans.
Yeah. I mean, the pitching was tough in the early part of the
Mully's watched Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers his entire adult
spoiled.
life.
It's like,
listen,
and he still complains.
You know what? It's like he gets like he comes down from Christmas and is like, oh, it's just the PS5.
Another
what is that?
Another great mountain bike.
Oh,
jeez.
What's the significance with cowboy hats?
Agnos has been doing that this year.
One of their things, I think they picked them up. So on their travels, a couple of guys have a tendency to pick up random airport items,
right?
And that I don't know that for a fact those hats are, but that sure fits the motif of being a random airport purchase.
What changed about this team?
They had guys step up. They had guys that figured out that and one of them's at the plate. He just struck out. But between him and Agnos, and I mean, I think it's him and Agnos.
Was it Worrell you're talking about?
Yeah.
You go back to the line, and I agree with you where you say they needed a guy to follow.
And we point blank called those guys out. Like, it's got to be Worrell, Agnos. They're the guys who've been around the program. They understand the culture. This team's quite young. If you look at the entirety of the roster, especially in a day and time where rosters are so old because of COVID. You've got a lot of teams that have dudes that are out there that are out there for their 6th year. Coastal Carolina being one of those. But those guys stepped up, and there's a certain point, man, where you can coach them as hard as you want to coach them. If you're not getting the example from the team, and that example comes a lot of times just, we got to have some success. We got to know that even if we trip and fall, we can get up and we can keep going. And I think you saw that with those guys, man.
And Cliff Godwin will say this, and he said it, and he gives a lot of credit to Ryder Giles. He said it multiple times in interviews where he gives a lot of credit to Ryder Giles for kind of saying, you know what, I'll go to the bullpen, I'll do whatever I have to do to help this pitching staff out. And I think he said on Monday after the selection show that they would not be where they are right now without Ryder Giles making that decision.
Well, he gave them 3 of the biggest starts. I mean, his last 3 starts weren't great, but his first 3 starts, 2 or 3, were exactly what they needed at exactly the time they needed it. And it wasn't that they were lights out no hitters or whatever. They were competitive starts. They were, I mean, he goes down 4. They have a big explosion there in like the second against, again, I think it might have been Cincinnati early on at Cincinnati. The team comes back, has a big win. They run rule a team. Ryder Giles, eats innings, gets them to where the bullpen can be effective. So, I mean, I think it's leadership, man. It's so much. It's with everything. It's pro sports. It's whatever. It's having somebody lead the way.
And to answer Tony's question further, I'll get your take on it, Mully. I don't know who gets the credit. It's equal players, coaches, but they figured out what to do pitching wise without Wisenhunt, without Cooch Maynor, without a big time starter, and had Mayhew. They moved him from Penn. They moved Saylor from starter to Penn, Spivey from kind of midweek starter to Penn, and pieced it together and found out a new normal for them, I guess, pitching wise.
But a lot of what we saw with them when they were going through all that was that happened because there were really bad outings by lots of guys.
So it was just guys.
All of a sudden, these guys figure out, they're grinding in the midweek, man. They're grinding when nobody's watching, right? They're trying to get better. They're working mechanics. They're doing all these things. And you're teaching these young guys the whole time. You got to remember, man, some of these dudes were just rock stars a year ago. They're playing in the high school state championship. Now they're on the biggest stage that college baseball has to offer until we get to Omaha. And those guys, all of a sudden, that thing that you've said 100 times, that kid finally feels it and goes, hey, so this is what you mean by this, and now I can make that change. That happens because you continue to coach them. We tell people all the time, if I'm on you, it's not because I don't like you. If I quit talking to you, it's because I've given up on you. If I keep,
he loves us.
It's well, I mean, as you're trying to make changes with a guy, if you just see that you're 2 years into this invested time, and that he's reluctant to your changes, then it's probably not going to be a fit. Apparently and clearly, Cliff and Austin and Palumbo and those guys kept coaching these kids all the way through, and we're seeing the result.
And look who's in now, Mully. The hyphen.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Shankman has come in.
Can you go deep with pitching like this?
Man, I think it's super interesting. I think
the history book says no.
Well, I don't know that the history book has anything to compare it to. There's not been a college team that I've paid attention to, so they don't
by committee.
The way I would state it with this team is they don't really have a number one, but they have a lot of number twos, and they have a ton of guys that can pitch that would be Saturday night or Sunday starters, not necessarily that donkey up front that they were hoping Wisenhunt would have been, or maybe Cooch Boehner. I think it's so interesting because we talked about it earlier. Any guy can be called on to go at any point, start a game, close a game, middle relief, whatever. They've done it all. So I think it's a really kind of interesting thing. In sports, very few people have original ideas, right? They if it's the air raid offense or if it's whatever, they copy it, maybe put their tweak on it. All of a sudden, you may find a situation where college programs look at what East Carolina did with what would be thought to be less than stellar pitching, at least from any one guy, and go, you know what? We don't have to go get a big time number one guy. We need to make sure that we have 10 guys that can give us quality outs.
Today we need 3 guys to give us 3 innings of their best work.
Right, and look, there's nothing harder in the world as a hitter. There's 2 things that are very, very difficult. Number one is to sit in the dugout till about the 8th inning and come out and pinch hit after you've not been involved in the game. It's very difficult to do. The second thing that's very, very difficult to do is face a different pitcher every time you go to the plate. So there's something to be said for it, but you have to have incredible depth, which East Carolina does have, to be able to do that. So I don't know, man. I think this staff has been handled such that they are ready for a postseason run from the standpoint of any guy at any time may have to grab the ball and go out there and do a job.
Tony, we talk about it with like fantasy football, like we're conditioned, like what happened last year, what's happened in the past, and we do it with teams too. Like when like the Bills, before they got good, the Bills always stunk. So like, they're not going to be good this year because they have always stunk. But like, we haven't seen. We always think you have to have an ace or 2 aces,
I think
or
of
maybe
Vanderbilt
even
last year,
2 aces and a half to go a long way. So originally, my answer to you is no. Like a team can't do this and make a run, but why not? Why not?
I mean, and look, the with NIL, with the competitive nature of recruiting right now, programs are going to have to figure out that these marquee guys. I don't know that baseball will be as affected as dramatically as football and basketball. Clearly, it won't be. But these like number one guys that are coming out of high school that are potential high round draft picks or maybe going to college, the schools that are not traditionally powerhouse programs are probably going to have a tough time landing those kids. So you may find a situation like Tennessee has right now. Tennessee can roll out 5 or 6 Friday night guys if they were at any other program in the country. Just so happens they're at Tennessee. The East Carolina method at this point, and we saw this in Pro Bowl at one point with the Rockies. Even when Alex White was there, Jim Tracy was the manager, and they tried the shuttle system where the starter was slated to go 5, and then they were going to pass the ball around to get through the 9th. So we've seen it. They had a taxi guy, and they had all these terms for what these guys were going to be, but the starter was only going to go 5 innings. That was it. So instead of going with and you saw some in Pro Ball even now, maybe not quite as much now, but back, 6-8 years ago, pitchers were very their duties were very specific. You're a starter, you're a middle reliever, you're a closer. And that's what you did. This team is like, hey, dude, we may need you to start today.
Yeah.
We may need you to close today.
Might need to throw 4 innings in the middle again.
And then we may need you to go run the bases. We may need you because Cliff recruits athletes.
Is this Cliff Godwin's best season as a coach?
In my opinion, and I don't know what he would say, but from an observer that has a little bit of an idea, I've never seen a turnaround in any sport, in any team, at any level that's like this one. The closest one I can think of is NC State last year in baseball. And they started off really, really struggling and ended up in Omaha and had, really terrible luck. But I mean,
that's got to say something about him as coaching this team, right? It's like this might be his best. It might not be the best job. Yeah, might not be the best season they've had in theory, but like his coaching, like the turnaround you're saying, the way to keep the team together, to try to figure it out on the fly like this, where it wasn't maybe the plan you went into the season with. That says a lot about.
It's tons, and
I think hard to do too, right, Mully? You do the fall ball and all that, where you kind of define your roles and all right, this is what you're going to be. Here's what we think, and you're changing it up,
midstream. Yeah. So I think what goes lost in this whole deal is I want you to think about the job Jeff Palumbo did. in leading the recruiting effort. So he dealt with, and everybody in the country dealt with COVID, dealt with not being able to get out and see guys, dealt with. So, I mean, you had to take some calculated risks. He provided this team this opportunity by getting this number of capable players. There may not be a first-round draft pick on this team, but there's a lot of guys that are really good college baseball players. That's the job here, right? The job, you want to create guys that have an opportunity to play past college, but your job is to get to Omaha and have a chance to compete for the national championship.
Imagine if this was the team that got us there.
You know what? And I've said before, man, and I've said it. It would not surprise me if they were to get to Omaha. I would be amazed by the feat, but it would not surprise me because there are certain times, man, where you just look at the stars and and the way this thing's panning out. It's pretty incredible.
Are they still on the hot win streak?
Yeah. This will be 19 if they get one more out.
One more out.
So you're talking 4 wins.
And
barehanded. See you later.
And that's the ball game.
So you're talking 4 more wins, put you on a 23-game win streak, which puts you in Omaha. That's
all it takes.
Yeah. Well, 4 more wins, 4 in a row.
If they win tomorrow and Sunday, they're in a super, and then it's a best of 3 series. So that's it.
So, but 23. That number means to this program. So there's a lot of things, man, that you
Are we the team of destiny?
I mean,
you don't want to put count your chickens before they hatch, but it is exciting feeling right now, isn't it?
There are a lot of things. Listen, Greenville never, myself included, an 8 seed never would have dreamt it. I think we finally
non-believer.
Not the 8 seed. I was not a believer.
Nah.
But when you're looking at all the things that have happened and the way things continue to unfold, the pitching staff is in great shape right now for tomorrow. They're going to have. Look, I don't care who they play tomorrow. They're going to have a battle. I mean, it's going to be a dog fight.
Who do you prefer to play?
Man, I don't know. I really don't know how I would answer that.
Do you go Mayhew? Is that your first thought?
I think that's where I go. It's either Mayhew or Spivey. And now,
he's high on Coastal. You were asking who he prefers to play tomorrow. Is that what you're saying?
Again, my answer to that is Virginia's Virginia, and they're really, really good, and they're very disciplined. They go about things the right way. Now, what's interesting there is Coach Godwin, having played for Coach McMullen, who's on the UVA staff, they obviously and having been around them, a lot throughout the years at different levels. There's a lot of familiarity with how each guy's going to manage the game. I think that favors East Carolina regardless of the matchup because everybody anticipates that Cliff will do anything at any time. He'll squeeze with the bases loaded. He'll make a pitch and change when nobody in the world thinks he'll make a pitch and change. He'll show bunt when just
he'll go to page 7 on the pamphlet.
Yeah. Well, he'll take the pamphlet and throw it out the window and go, you know what? Let's go with this because this is what my gut tells me.
That over coaching we talked about earlier in the year, it's great coaching when they're winning, right?
No,
it's funny how that changes.
And I think when you are a little slight at places, you have to be a little more creative, and it's a heck of a ride. Again, there's no way anybody in Greenville would have expected that we would have an 8 seed, that they would even be. I mean, even to be a host, you really would not have expected that. Right now, we are, as Coppin State's AD told me earlier, they're playing with house money. In all reality, we're playing with house money because we were 14-13 at one point in this season.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey guys, you know what? Let's go out and play hard, see what happens. Enjoy yourselves, enjoy each other. It's a life experience, and let's just see what happens.
So it's if you lose, season over.
No, it's double
elimination. Okay.
17-1 the final. Troy D going to come join us in studio to recap this one, and we'll continue to talk about it throughout the show. Mully, thanks for hanging.
Yeah, man. Enjoyed it.
You want to keep going?
No, I'm out.
Come on.
I'm out.
This is like when Kramer and that guy are in the car and they don't fill up the gas, and you just keep on going. He
stayed the whole game.
You made it the whole game.
I did the game. Yeah.
We got squeeze play on. Love this. We got the 2 games going on at once here on TV. So we'll look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard when we return. More with Tony Dunn. See if there's any NFL news and notes. And hey, 10th inning call-in show. Want to give us a call? Give us your thoughts on the Pirates. 317-1250. We're back with more on Pirate Radio Live after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. But the good news is, you know, we're getting vehicles from the factory every single week. So what the customer can do is come in, get an appraisal on their trade-in if they have one. They can pick a vehicle that's incoming and actually kind of build it how they want. And then when it gets here in the next 6 to 8 weeks, they're actually taking delivery of a new vehicle.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times at the pool, river, beach, or backyard grilling, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there is fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this summer, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to celebrate graduation with Wings Over by ordering a large tray of wings, tenders, and waffle fries. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. New Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
The Dickinson Avenue Public House is a lively and diverse restaurant in Greenville that utilizes fresh and local ingredients. With influences of Creole, Asian, and upscale Southern cuisine, the Dickinson Avenue Public House offers a seasonally rotating menu and a full-service bar with rotating craft brews on tap. Come to the intersection of 8th and Dickinson and enjoy $1 off drafts on Tuesday, half-price flights on Wednesday, half-price wine bottles on Thursday, and $1 oysters Tuesday through Friday from 5:30 to 7. For more details, check out their website at daphousenc.com.
Hi, this is Morgan Ehlers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, for the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the over 55,000 followers today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Charlie, we're on a delay. When you say now
You
back
think?
to the show, give us like 7 seconds, and we'll be
I'm
with
just
you.
staring at you.
We're giving you time to update video. You know, you got a lot going on back there.
Shirley Rhodes, everybody.
Double
How about-
duty.
Oh, man.
Good work
Triple
today.
duty, apparently.
Shout out to the entire team, which Troy D can give some kudos to the team as well. Because
Absolutely.
we've been here.
Yeah.
He's been part of the on location
Are you
at Clark
sure?
LeClaire Stadium.
Are you sure you were out at Clark LeClaire Stadium or running a?
He ran a 5K.
I'll tell you what, bud. It was hot. I mean, and I'm not one to complain about the heat, and don't take this as complaining. I'm just recognizing
the observation,
reporting. Yes,
the observation,
stating facts.
It was hot as hell out there. Okay, and everyone out there. We were able to salvage a tent, and thank goodness we were able to get a little shade at the Pirate Radio tailgate zone in the jungle. I gotta say, first of all, great crowd today. I know there were a few no-shows. It was basically a sold out. But look, this is a Friday. A lot of people do have to work. School was in. Now we did pull our kids out of school because I figured what better learning experience for the kids than a regional NCAA tournament here in Greenville. They'll remember this 10 years from now, what they did today. They won't remember if they stayed in school. Basically, EOGs are over. There's not a lot going on. This would be a memorable, teachable moment. So I thought this was the good thing. And I saw a lot of kids out there, which was good. But tomorrow night's a different story. Now, coming back, 7 o'clock, the nightcap.
Madhouse.
Got all day. Going to play a premier type opponent either way, almost. And I think the crowd, you're really going to see max capacity at Clark LeClaire coming up Saturday.
I saw.
By the way, 5,085
I
was the
said that
total
was
count.
the 7th most all time.
Yes, that's what ECU baseball is saying.
It was a great crowd.
1 o'clock on a Friday.
Yeah, it's still, as I said, for some people that did have to work, it's a tough time. You know, not everybody's able to ditch out of work, and
appreciate you recognizing that.
No, and like
some
you guys
got to do 3 hours on the radio,
right?
2
Exactly.
extra
And by the way,
hours.
great job with
We had a blast.
with the watch along. I thought that was fantastic. I tried to tune into some of that from the studio. So I mean, from the stadium.
And credit to Mike Mullis. Thanks for
Thanks to Mully. I really thought Mully was just going to come in for an inning or
I
two.
did too.
And go out there. Mully goes the distance and throws a no-hitter.
He went complete game.
Game, and the analysis from him is just out of this world.
Yeah, Cliff Godwin says stay late. Pirate Radio says get here early.
And
stay late.
And stay late.
Some other scores, and we'll recap it in a moment, Troy D. We'll let you get a sip of water and get settled in.
And breathe.
How about the Fighting Camels from Bowie's Creek? Campbell 15, Georgia Tech 8 today. So Campbell moves on. Their gift is they probably get to play Tennessee tomorrow, the best team in the country. So a lot of orange versus orange there. Florida State beat UCLA 5-3. Arkansas knocked off Grand Canyon 7-1. East Carolina 17-1 over Coppin State. Pirates scored the most runs so far today, although Oklahoma was close. They won 16-3
Ball is flying.
over Liberty. One upset-ish, Columbia 8, Gonzaga 2. UConn, who I guess was the 3 against Wake, the 2. UConn 8-7 over Wake Forest. Southern Miss beat Army 2-0. Those are the finals right now. You got a lot of games going on. North Carolina up 10-3. There is a delay as Notre Dame has a 2-0 lead over Texas Tech. Let's see any upsets. Texas is going to beat Air Force. It looks like they're up 8-2. So that's what's going on right now on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dub Up.
I will say, man, what a great timing to get this game in, because as I was coming in, it did look like thunderstorms could be rolling through. Don't have to worry about that. Pirate fans and this team, they can just sit back and relax tonight. Hey, if it thunderstorms, not our problem. If these other games get delayed, not our problem. So a huge advantage for ECU right now, kind of in the catbird seat, so to speak. So did I say that right?
Yeah, you like that phrase.
Yeah, I know. Is that too old? Am I dating?
No.
Okay, I didn't know.
Troy D's go-to phrases you like that. Shovel ready is one of your favorites.
Yeah, shovel ready. Now this game, I'm calling this game the Karate Kid game. This was a no mercy game for ECU. There is not a 10-run rule. They kept the foot on the gas. They didn't let up. Yeah. They swept the leg, and they just pounded the Eagles. And I loved it.
It's great to see. A lot of times, in football clip, you see, are they running up the score? And then there's, hey, run up the damn score. This is the game. Good teams and great teams, this is what they do. They're supposed to beat teams they're supposed to beat, and they beat them with authority. This wasn't a come-from-behind 3-2 victory. We just squeaked by. This was an ass beating by the Pirates. And this was good to see, and it was good to see early, and gives this team a ton of confidence for tomorrow.
Well, and while doing that, also put in a lot of backups, basically emptied the bench, and kept on piling on.
And stayed fresh for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is baseball the only sport where you can't, where it's like not,
where there's no clock,
and not like it's not looked down upon to run up the score? You know what I mean? Like, what do you do in baseball? Like,
there are those unwritten rules
in
if you steal
Little
bases and if you and people get mad.
I think at different lower levels, at youth levels, it's frowned upon.
But I mean,
but you go up to the batter's box to hit the ball. You don't take it.
But guys, these are D1 baseball players. This is the NCAA tournament.
There was nothing like classless or anything today. But there are examples in major leagues.
You can't tell the guys lay off.
Yeah.
You can't tell Bryson Worrell don't hit the ball.
Hey, one home run this inning's enough. You don't need a second one.
Yeah, I mean, how insulting, Talk about rubbing it in.
It does seem like the one sport, though, is like as long as you're not stealing bases and doing stuff like that, you are supposed to
just play it out.
Yeah.
Now, you would have loved this clip. So I didn't have I had a media pass. I didn't have a ticket to the game. So I was just kind of standing, there's a lot of media here. So I didn't have like a seat, which is fine. I just kind of stood and bounced around and stuff. So for the first part of the game, I was standing behind home plate, which I do like Clark LeClaire because you can kind of stand and watch behind the seats
in the concourse.
In the concourse, not in anybody's way. It's great. And you see a lot of people come by and you say hello to folks, and the guy next to me is like, "Damn, you know everybody." I was like, "Well, I've been here a while, I've kind of been around." But I was like, "What are you new, or who are you? What school are you with?" He goes, "Oh, I'm with the Atlanta Braves." I was like, "Oh, I got a good friend that loves the Atlanta Braves." I said, "I assume, are you scouting?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm a scout for the Braves. I'm here for the tournament." Awesome. I said, "This is like the first inning." I said, "Well, here's the guy you need to keep an eye on with East Carolina." I said, "Keep an eye on Bryson Worrell." I said, "This guy is hot. I said he was my early in before the season. I said, if you lined them all up and you just had to pick one, who is a Major League Baseball player, who fits the profile, who looks the part, you'd pick him. And then if you saw him play in the AAC tournament, who played the best, who has the biggest plays, who has the biggest hits and home runs, it would be him." I said, "Keep your eye on this guy." He's like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." We talked for a while. I introduced him to Billy Parker. He's going to go to Parker's for dinner. So we became
once
friends.
again. Troy D. welcoming committee. I'm telling you, that's your job.
Then I went off to sit with Brian Bailey for a little while. During that time, guess what happens?
What happened?
Bam!
Bryson Worrell home run.
Bam!
Bryson Worrell home run.
Yes.
And then the guy looked at you, and
at the end of the inning,
"Do you want to be a scout?"
Hold on, let me finish the story. At the end of the inning, I walked back and I said, "Hey, Ryan, good to see you again." I said, "Remember that guy I told you to keep it?" He's like, "Damn, you're right. He's unbelievable." He's like, "That kid is awesome."
Him.
I said, "I should be doing your job." And he goes, "And I want your job." So he gave me his card.
Life swap.
Great dude. Clip, look, I got a hookup with the Atlanta Braves. He invited me to come to some games.
That's an awesome story. Troy, please don't become a Brave Scout. Please let me have them without you meddling.
So if Bryson Worrell gets drafted by the Braves,
if that happens,
this could be the how it all started.
If that happens, you're
now, I will say, I pumped him up huge, and then he delivered. But it was before I talked about him, and then right on cue, bam. When do you see a guy hit 2 homers in the same inning?
From the different side of the plate.
Exactly.
One right, one left.
I've never seen, in any level of baseball.
No.
How often does that might have been the first time in history that's happened.
He knew that scout was there. He's like, "Check this out."
It's incredible.
A yard from the other side.
That's historic, and got to give you a lot of credit. That's the first time you've told a Bryson Worrell story without mentioning him with his shirt off. Did you mention him?
I did not.
Oh, this guy.
I'm very proud of you.
I did not know. I was just meeting this guy. I didn't want him to think I was a total creeper.
What if he said, "How's his body? How's he look with his shirt off?"
Great physique.
Glad you asked. I'm so glad you asked.
I want to let you know this
guy's physique's incredible.
This guy puts in the work off the field. He's in the gym all the time. Yeah. He eats right. He looks great. He's going to look good on a Braves calendar.
Now, let me tell you something. You'd be lucky to get him with the Braves organization clip. I don't think there's a single team that would be lucky to have him.
I mean, just an awesome dude, too, as we've learned.
And then how about this for damn 1 degree of separation? We're freaking dying out there. It's like the 4th or 5th inning. So me and Bailey go back to the Pirate Radio tailgate zone in the jungle to cool down for a minute and have a pirate beverage. And guess who I meet? Bryson's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah?
Was hanging out at our tailgate zone.
Very nice. You said you're one lucky gal.
And he said, I wish I could trade places with you.
Hey, you ever thought about being a scout for the Braves?
I said, honey, you know how to pick talent. Hold on to this guy. He's going places. And if you take him to the beach or pool, because this guy's got a great physique.
And you said you outkicked your coverage.
First time he's ever said it to a woman. You don't have to worry about Troy hitting on his girlfriend if he hits on Bryson.
Yeah, you're in my way.
If we could eliminate...
You're my competition.
Wow. All right. Hey, those are 2 cool, neat stories.
Yeah, so that was today.
By the way, you were out in the jungle. Tell us about the scene out there and some people that you saw. There were some football faces that you saw. Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah, he was out there. I was in the jungle some, then in the stadium some. So I kind of split my time back and forth. But talked to Chad Tracy multiple times. He had just rolled into town. And I got to tell you, man, let me tell you, Chad Tracy, first of all, I was a big Chad Tracy fan.
Reason why I'm a Nats fan.
He looks, honest to God, he looks like you could put a uniform on him today and he could be right back in the major league. He looks that good a shape. His forearms are the size of my thighs. It's incredible. Like, now you want to talk about another guy in great shape. Chad Tracy, freaking stud. Ready to roll. Mike Houston hung out with us for a while.
Yeah. He's in good shape.
Actually, you know what? For his age, Mike is in great shape.
All right, we don't have to do this for everybody to bring up.
But all right, I ended up giving Mike Houston a ride back to his truck.
Hey, I'm butting my top button here.
Tony Dunn, great shape.
Tony Dunn, very good shape. Actually, gave Mike Houston a ride back because Mike Houston, a popular guy in the Pirate Nation, so he had to get back to his truck. It could take an hour for him to walk back because
he's got to talk to everybody.
Correct. So I said, hop in. I gave him a ride back, and he said, "You just saved me an hour."
You did.
You gave me the greatest gift. Not that he doesn't want to talk to me. He was there, and he was very accessible and hanging out in the jungle. And Mike's a great, personable guy, and I think people really like that. But
he's the opposite of you. He doesn't want to talk, where you do want to talk.
No. I don't think he minds it. I just think he was ready to go.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So I was able to help him
out. Pointed out Mike Schwartz was there. Like everybody kind of coming together.
It was all hands on deck, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And let me give a shout out to JJ while we're giving out compliments with ECU Athletics. The media pregame meal where they sometimes step it up a notch for tournament play. Clip, you know this. You know the media.
I'm going to check it out tomorrow.
Today, guess what they had?
What's that?
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, can't beat it.
And it did not run out. Sometimes you get there late. And
Chick-fil-A buffet.
It was Chick-fil-A. Fantastic call by JJ, and just want to give him a shout out.
Good to know. Hopefully,
I assume it's JJ that's in charge of that, and if not, whoever was, nicely done.
Awesome day at the yard, as Troy D described. We need to take another break. We'll come back. We're just kind of chit-chatting, folks, after the Pirate win. If you want to call in, 317-1250.
We'll take the 10th inning.
Yeah. Give us a call-in
show.
We do have one scheduled guest. Mark Greenhill is going to join us to talk a little golf, and also, as a Clemson guy, we're going to tell him to stay away from our baseball coach, as they have an opening. But other than that,
the chatter has already begun.
It has. Molly was talking about it earlier.
And here, real quick, here's what I'm worried about. If Cliff takes this team to Omaha, all bets are off. Because then mission accomplished for what Cliff wanted to do here.
I thought about that.
And I'm not saying he would leave, but I'm not saying at that point anything's really, truly, he could leave.
The door's more open.
With clear conscience.
Yeah. Yes. We'll take a break, come back. More to go. Pirate Radio Live after this.
Temperatures are in the low 30s at 10 a.m., increasing sharply to 75 degrees by 1 p.m., and then dropping into the teens by 10 p.m. So before you go to work, put on some gloves, pack some shorts, and a parka. That should cover you for the day.
Your heating and cooling take a beating. Guarantee your system is ready when you need it. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Delcor, the service professionals.
The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above. Jersey Mike's would like to dedicate the next 3 seconds to our new grilled portobello mushroom and Swiss sub. Trust us, it tastes good too, because fresh ingredients make a sub above.
Welcome to US Cellular. Yeah, hi. I want a new phone for free, but not just any phone. I want the newest, fastest, most storage holding 5G unlimited data using phone in here for free.
Sure, your choice.
Really?
Yep.
At US Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone from any brand, free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville. Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
This is Stephen Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Well, you can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Spotify. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All righty, East Carolina, a big winner today over Coppin State, 17-1. East Carolina advances winners bracket. Will play at 7 o'clock Saturday night under the lights at Clark LeClaire Stadium against the winner of Virginia and Coastal Carolina. Real quick speed round of NFL news and notes while Tony Dunn's here, and we'll get these out of the way. Fitzmagic calls it a career this week.
Yeah. It was the trifecta yesterday in retirement announcements.
Who else?
Frank Gore.
Another long-timer.
Oh, wow.
Frank Gore signed a 1-day contract to retire with the 49ers. And then there was one more, and I have completely forgot who it was.
Frank Gore was like in the inaugural
It was another
season of
49er. I
football.
want to say it was Alex something.
Mac. Alex Mack,
the center,
has been around a long time. It stinks because Frank Gore's son is a running back at FAU,
Southern Miss,
and Southern Miss. Thank you, Chandler.
They could have played together.
I wanted him to stay long enough to be in an I formation with his son,
with Bronny.
That would have been awesome. Yeah, like the Griffeys did back in the day. Marion Barber passed away, which was sad news.
Do you know what happened?
I do not.
I don't either.
Passed away at the age of 38.
Had one of the best football runs in the world when he ran that 2-yard run.
From the 1 yard line? From his own end zone.
Outside. One
of the big power backs.
He was awesome.
So a few NFL news.
Andre Smith, former Panthers. I didn't even know he was a Panthers draft pick. He was a 7th
with
round.
Carolina.
He just got popped for his PEDs in Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. There's a few.
Luke Kuechly was at Bill's practice the other day. I saw.
Yep. I guess the brand in Carolina isn't too inviting.
Had a good sports trivia question the other night, Troy D. In the last 20 years, and you can chime in too, Tony, because Greg Olson will be on the call for the Super Bowl this year as the color analyst. In the past 20 years, there have been 10 Super Bowl TV commentators that have called the game.
Oh, wow.
I'll list them if you guys want to throw out some names.
Buck.
There's 5 play-by-play, 5 color analysts. Joe Buck.
Mike Tirico.
No.
I said Mike Tirico.
Al Michaels.
Yep.
Pat Summerall. His last game was
Chris
in the last 20 years.
Collinsworth.
John Madden. Troy Aikman. Phil Sims.
Greg Gumbel.
Tony.
Did we say
Romo? Tony Romo.
He did the
your guy,
Yeah.
Jim Nance.
Wow. Jim Nance.
Jim Nance,
Yeah.
and then
Greg Gumbel.
Gumbel was the last one.
Oh, that's a good trivia
10 in the last 20 years. There will be 2 new names this year with Joe Buck's move to ESPN.
It could have been the guy from Fox until
Tom Brenneman.
Yes.
Is that?
No, the guy that with who hit the home run.
Yeah, that was Brenneman.
Kosianos.
And there's a lot. Yeah.
Do we have that cut? We'll have to get that during the, what I'm talking about, where he's apologizing. And
I'll never.
There's a deep ball to left.
Never wear these headsets again.
I consider myself a man of faith. Yeah.
And there's a deep hit to left by Castellanos.
Yeah, he will not be calling us.
But he would have been if it wasn't for that.
He was kind of in line, I guess.
He was kind of going to be the next guy. Great voice.
Yeah.
Now he's doing high school sports in Ohio.
Yeah.
Kind of a fall from grace for him.
Indeed. Pirates winners today. Troy D was out there. Somebody wanted to do a welfare check on you. Let's see who that was. And I think it was Kevin. Says
Kevin Cozart.
Did Troy get sunburned? He looks a little red. You doing okay over there?
I'm a little fatigued. It was hot. I wasn't expecting, I guess I wasn't really thinking it would be that big of a deal. But I think after sitting out there and standing out there for that long, I realized, I probably should have brought some sunscreen. And I probably should have got a little more shade.
This is good. Pirates have 4 September home games in football, Troy D.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to be prepared for it.
Correct.
I think you're on your way.
This is like a dress rehearsal for those. This is, you better get your act together because these are 3 back-to-back tailgates this weekend.
That's right.
And I've always said regional baseball could kill you if you're not careful. Because
a lesser man could pass from this.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of drinking and a lot of heat.
Yes. And a lot of standing and a lot of talking. And some people aren't prepared for this, guys.
Yeah.
And not everyone's built for it.
Being a scout is exhausting.
Yeah, he's working 3 jobs.
Yes.
He's doing everything.
But I am recovering. I am a little hot though. I got to be honest. I feel like I need like a gallon of water.
Because Worrell was in the building.
Now, how could I tell you what? How does he top that?
Well,
2 home runs.
Hit a home run every at bat.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to do.
4, what? They got on base 4 consecutive times too.
Yeah, at one point he was 2 for 2, 2 walks, had got on base every time.
Would you say he's perfect?
He was Mr. Perfect.
Until the strikeout at the end, right?
Yeah.
And he's just as mellow as anybody.
He is. He is very laid back.
He's
cool
perfect to Troy.
He's my kind of guy. Who do you think? Who would you like to see us play? Coastal or Virginia? I think Coastal is going to win, and I think it's going to be East Carolina Coastal.
Coastal is the hotter team right now.
I think Coastal's on an uptick. Virginia's on a downtick. And I tell you what, don't sleep on Coastal. I talked to some of their people today out there, too. And I think they'll have some fans show up for that game if they make it to the 7 o'clock game Saturday.
I'm pulling for, 17 to 15, 12 innings, use a lot of arms.
Yeah.
Wear them out.
Exhausted. Hot as all get out.
A rain delay wouldn't be bad, Troy D. Make them be out there for 6 hours.
Fine with me this time.
But yeah,
that's played at night.
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
Now, and you got to figure Virginia's got a little chip on their shoulder from where they started to where they are right now.
Yeah.
So they're a dangerous team, too.
Virginia lost the Charlottesville Regional to East Carolina.
Yeah.
Not that long ago. So that's still in the minds
In dramatic
of the coaches.
fashion.
Travis Watkins walk-off home
What
run.
a finish.
So, yeah.
That's got to be one of the greatest finishes of any ECU baseball game.
Definitely. To walk it off, to beat the number 1 seed there. So, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun tonight. And then coming up Saturday, you'll have the loser of that game against Coppin State at 1. And then the atmosphere is going to be incredible, 7 o'clock Saturday night.
The one thing I will say is a lot of people do pay attention to our social media or hear this show clip because the feedback I got about Cliff's comment was tremendous.
Which was?
Good to see you
about
here.
you being out there?
Yeah. Boy, Cliff is all over your ASS.
Well, hey, I'm glad it's not me. I'm glad he.
Yeah, he's
he
is now.
Are you kidding me? Hey, dude, only show up for postseason or what?
Big games, coach.
Yeah,
it's a big game.
Yeah.
They're like, people got a kick out of that.
Who's on the hit list for Cliff right now? It's Troy D. So,
Yeah.
2 days in a row, by the way. And you're going to make it a third.
I am.
tomorrow.
I thought about honestly. I was like, man, this game's in control at the end of the third. I could take off for the beach right now, still get a good partial day in, stay all day tomorrow, not leave until 5, still be back for the first pitch.
Yeah.
And still have a beach, but I was like, you know what? I want to soak it in.
Yeah.
I want the tailgate tomorrow. I want the full experience, and the beach can wait. That can be another time. You don't always get to host regionals, Clip Brock.
That is true. Tony, you're welcome to hang, or you could go. The great thing about this is ECU winning and playing well kind of made me forget about the Hurricanes losing.
Oh, God.
And it's just an extra bridge to kind of get us closer to football because we got a lot of...
That was nice. It's nice not to talk about those things, even though Lightning Rangers tonight, good series.
I was
Rangers
just
go up
getting
6-2.
into the Hurricanes. Like I started, remember I told you, I was like, I need them to like really do something, and then I'll kind of catch the
Shows
fever.
you this is that I've watched enough hockey long enough to know when you got a great goaltender like Shesterkin is that they're gonna it's just hard. It don't matter how good you are. And that's the thing is everybody thought that Tampa's gonna dang sweep the Rangers and stuff. Sorry, when you got a great goalie like that, you're
and it
always
seems like
in it.
they get like super hot or something too, like just red hot, if you can call it that for goalies. But
and the
he's on a
Rangers,
run.
I tell you this, they don't put the most shots on net, but every scoring opportunity they have is like a quality one.
Yeah,
so quality at bats, quality at scoring
there
chances. It's been hard because I've abandoned the Rangers. I've finally shed that they were my previous team, and I finally just went full Hurricanes, and then this is what we get.
I do have another cool, neat story.
Story.
Why I was out in the jungle, actually.
Let's set that up and save it for after the break.
This one goes back 25 years almost.
All right.
Starts at the Peach Bowl.
Well, no, this is
a little boy at the Peach Bowl.
This is a Peach Bowl related story
my God,
to
Tony.
modern day.
All right.
This is something that happened today that related back to the Peach Bowl that is almost too unbelievable to believe.
And I know you want to call it 20, 25 years. We're at the 30-year mark now, Troy, unfortunately.
I was losing track.
Yeah.
Wait, so the Peach Bowl was...
It's 2022 right now.
30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30. God.
Yeah, I know.
30 years.
All right, this story was in the making for 30 years.
All right.
What happened today?
His favorite
in the
band,
jungle?
presidents of the United States.
Now, this is an
Millions of
unbelievable
peaches.
story.
Peaches.
And I took a picture, too, just to prove it, because I was afraid you guys wouldn't believe me, so I have video evidence.
Was Lane
also.
Kiffin at the game today?
Oh, boy.
Your buddy Lane?
Not today.
I partied with Bryson Worrell's mom.
But I saw Kenny Curlings was. Did you see his comment?
Did not.
Kenny on Facebook says it was tough out there, and I got to touch a celebrity, Troy Dreyfus.
Wow, oh boy.
Yeah, I did.
All right, Tony. C3 Podcast Tuesdays.
Yep.
Thanks for hanging out today.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Go
I gotta
Pirates.
go. My girls got dance recitals this weekend.
Oh,
how cute.
Yeah, it's
Enjoy.
wild. It's
You're a dance dad.
very expensive.
You can watch the games on your phone on ESPN Plus.
Wonderful.
You're all set.
I'm ready.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live.
Clip, I have a story you are not going to want to miss after this break.
I'll be here for it.
No, I'm telling you.
I was going to leave, but now I'm staying.
I know, and I'm telling you, if you're in your car right now, don't go inside. Just wait. Or if you're watching us online, I've got an unbelievable story.
3.5 minutes. We'll be back with this incredible story on Pirate Radio Live after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. For used vehicles, Brown & Wood has a lifetime powertrain on every vehicle you buy from us, new or used. So even when you buy a used vehicle from Brown & Wood, you have lifetime powertrain. We cover the engine, transmission for as long as you own the car.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Join us at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio, Greenville's premier yoga studio, for our wide array of classes, including restorative, power, hot yoga, and more. We even fly into the weekend with our aerial yoga workshops. New to our studio? Check out our special for new yogis. 3 classes for only $30. Check out our website or social media for all the information and up-to-date schedules at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio. Purple Blossom Yoga, where your health and mindset collide and help you transform to a new you.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
This is Dr. Anthony Skellick from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes of ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com and go Pirates!
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at Arc Point Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust Arc Point Labs to give you quick and accurate results for all your laboratory testing needs. If you are in need of COVID testing for your return to school, work, or for travel, Arc Point Labs is offering same-day PCR and antigen testing with little to no wait time. Please visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina Arc Point Labs locations or make an appointment now at onehourcovidresults.com. Go Pirates!
Hey Wood Ducks fans, be sure to purchase your single game tickets online at woodducksbaseball.com or by calling our front office at Granger Stadium. Advanced ticket prices for Sunday through Thursday are just $7. Friday and Saturday tickets are $12. Do you have a big group? No problem. Book your group tickets by contacting our front office now. We hope to see you out at Granger Stadium all season long. Let's go Woodies!
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is upon us, and I want to invite you to attend our CG23 Youth Camp here at East Carolina University. We will offer 3 sessions of camp. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and campers will get baseball instruction from the ECU baseball staff and players. Campers will play games each day, and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there, and go Pirates!
This is Coach Blake Harrell, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Timebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Timebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers in Greenville at Bells Fork and in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, Hour 3.
Oh, God.
Man, Pirates rolled today, 17-1. Troy called it the Karate Kid game. Is it the Cobra Kai?
No mercy.
Yeah,
no
mercy today.
Pirates sweep the leg of the Eagles.
Good stuff. And they will play either Virginia or Coastal Carolina coming up Saturday, 7 o'clock. ECU Baseball says the Greenville Regional sold out.
Sold out.
For Saturday.
No tickets remaining.
Wow.
You will have to go to the secondary market or beg a friend. That is big time.
I know a guy that had a lot of tickets yesterday.
Who?
You.
Oh, I know, and I don't have any left. I know. I don't even have one for me now.
We talk about hot tickets, Troy. One of the hottest ECU athletics in a while, right?
You know what? This is what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, you want a ticket for ECU to be hot. You know, you want it for baseball. You want football to be, more valuable than what you pay for your tickets. Ideally, you'd love to see this happen one day in basketball. You know, why can't it?
And the fourth straight year that ECU's hosting a regional in Greenville, they're fighting for a super regional, but it's different this year because they're fighting for a super regional right here in Greenville next week. So.
I was thinking about that watching the Texas game, and it's like, and you said, hey, could be matched up.
This could be the team coming here next week. We could be looking at Texas 1 week from today.
They're beating Air Force right now, and just seeing Texas play on their field and thinking about a super region, it's just so different. Imagining
it's very
ECU.
intimidating.
You're thinking, oh man, we got to go there
to go to Austin.
Yes, imagine it at Clark
and the hassle.
It's a completely different feeling.
And we don't charter, so we'd have to the flying out there, the headaches, versus sleeping in your own bed. It makes a big difference.
Huge, yeah.
So I
still work to do, but
there is. But I heard you guys talking earlier. Could this be a team
of destiny? We shall see.
Is there magic building here?
All right, let's get to your story. Go ahead and get that.
All right, so this is towards the end of the game. I'm back out in the jungle area, and I look at the berm. And anyone that's been out there, the jungle is really the berm is what it is. Yeah, a hill. And I see this shirt. I'm like, oh my God, that is my shirt. I have not seen this shirt in 30 years.
Your shirt.
One that you made in college.
Yes.
For people that don't know that.
When I was in college, now ironically, I am in the apparel business also with Ellerby now officially. But when I was in college, I created T-shirts to sell to fellow students, to anybody. I sold them at that time. People in the athletic department, everybody bought them. Well, in '91, ECU was having that magical season. Well, early on, I kind of recognized it. I said, we need to do it. And this was, you got to remember, in '91, there wasn't a lot. UBE did exist, but there was not a big selection like there is now. Now UBE is it's incredible what you can get. There was limited selection as far as, cool T-shirts and stuff like that. There was a lot of just traditional block East Carolina sweatshirts and T-shirts. So we came up with our own T-shirt, had it printed, and sold it. And as fast as I could print these, we sold them. And I probably sold hundreds and hundreds of these T-shirts. Now, this is 30 years ago. I still have one in my house that has never been worn that I need to probably frame and put up here in the office. But other than that, I've never seen it on anybody. I'm looking at this kid, and I'm like, that's the shirt we made in '91 that we sold a bazillion shirts of. That was like probably one of the coolest ECU shirts ever made. And I immediately ran back in to go get a picture of it. So I talked to the kid. I was like,
this was a kid wearing.
This was like a student or a young grad. I wasn't sure, but a younger guy. I said, I'm sorry to bother you. I said, but where did you get this shirt? He goes, oh, my dad found it and it was in school in the 90s and gave it to me.
Wow.
I'm like, you tell your dad that is the greatest gift he could have ever given you, and that you met the person that made that shirt today. So here's a picture of the shirt, guys, so you can see it. So it says that I designed this myself with another friend. ECU on a road to a bowl. Now remember, we hadn't been to a bowl in decades. This was a big deal, and it was a stylized Peter the Pirate. And you got to remember the marquee games that year were South Carolina, Pittsburgh, and Syracuse. And that when I made the shirt, we hadn't even played 2 out of 3 of these teams. All right, so I made the shirt before we even beat these teams. So we've got the Petey the Pirate has The Panther right there. What does it say, Chandler? Say it.
Tame the Panther.
Tame the Panthers. Tame the Panther. Then it's got, he's stepping on the orange. What does it say?
Made the orange juice.
Yep. And then we got the chicken from South Carolina. And what does it say?
Choked the chicken.
Yep.
Yeah, I felt that one coming.
And he's squeezing the chicken's neck. And then on the bottom, it says paybacks are hell. Because these are all teams that we ECU used to lose to all the time. That's the back of the shirt. The front of the shirt is this. You guys know my handwriting. In my own handwriting that was screen printed, came up. There was no skull and crossbone logo back then. I drew that out myself, wrote I believe in it before the team. Now it turned out to become We Believe. But this was the first time it was ever printed on a shirt. In my handwriting, that's the front pocket. This is the T-shirt. The kid was wearing it today in the jungle. It was incredible.
Can you zoom out to the kid?
Yeah. He's a former
that ECU. Is Robert Hill, former long snapper for ECU.
Yes, correct. he was with Holton Ahlers,
who I met at a ECU long snapping camp here. His dad he grew up a season ticket holder with his dad. So
incredible. He 1 degree of separation. I probably sold the T-shirt directly to his dad. And now that T-shirt reappears in my life 30 years later in the jungle.
Can't make that up, folks.
Isn't that amazing?
That is cool.
I got to tell you, that is a cool T-shirt, though.
Is that the first? So that's the first time you've seen one in the wild?
Correct.
In 30 years.
I have one that's never been worn, as I said, that I'd like to probably frame and put up, but I've never seen one actually being worn before.
That was
since college.
It's a great design, but also, man, it gave me the jinx factor on that. Where you're printing this before they play those.
I'm printing this before they played Pittsburgh, and possibly.
But it's such a great idea and a great shirt.
We had beaten South Carolina, and I caught the fever. We beat South Carolina, and we'd never beaten an SEC team before. The goalpost came down, and I was all in. And I said, "This is our year. This is the season of destiny right here." And not only that, I put my money where the mouth was because you had to buy these shirts before you could sell them. You know, it wasn't a consignment deal.
Right.
And I remember these things were flying.
No wonder you do the in-game text and the stuff because you've done it before and it worked out.
Yes.
You can't jinx the team.
Right.
You proved it wrong. So that's pretty cool.
That's a cool story.
Yeah. So it was a great shirt. It was great to see it again. I can't believe that someone actually, and it looked brand new.
I wonder if one will end up at Tailgate Classics one
That's
day.
where I thought he bought it.
That's where I thought
I was waiting for him to tell me that.
Yeah.
And actually, they would. He's offered to buy that shirt that I have that hasn't been worn before, but it's too I have too much of an. I am. You guys know me.
I mean, it's one thing to have the shirt, but to make the shirt,
I'm too emotional to stuff like this. I'm too
especially that time period.
Yes, I know it's not right. I know I shouldn't be that emotionally connected. I know it shouldn't mean that much to me, but I just have a hard time just giving away stuff from the 90s. You know, I just can't do it. But I guess if that's the worst thing, or one of the worst habits that I have, there could be worse, right, Clip?
If ECU goes to Omaha, are you going to add to your grass collection? Are you going to go on the field?
Well, do they have grass or is it turf?
Nah, it's probably turf.
Yeah, so it's turf.
So you might want to bring a box cutter with you so you can get a square.
I don't know. I think
I'm not sure.
Ameritrade is regular grass.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be kind of cool to have a piece of.
Yeah, I mean, now that I say it.
Or how about this? Some dirt from the mound.
Dirt from the mound, infield.
Like your little baggie of dirt.
Yeah, like people do at the beach or something. Yeah, they might take something.
Dirt and put it in an hourglass.
Yes, right.
What are you going to do when ECU makes the Final Four? You going to get some of the?
He's going to bring a saw.
Court.
Maybe get a little piece of the net if I have.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, one of the players gets a piece of the net, I could buy a piece with NIL.
Now, when that's going to happen,
while they're on one side cutting down the net on the Warner ladder, Troy D's on the other rim getting the other net down before anybody.
Hey, y'all need to get that guy down over there.
All right, North Carolina just wrapped up their win over Hofstra, 15-4. So the Tar Heels are in the winners bracket. Louisville also wins. They beat Southeast Missouri State 7-2. As we look around the nation, Texas Tech and Notre Dame have been in the bottom of the first inning for 3.5 hours, as that one went immediately into a delay. It's Notre Dame 2, Texas Tech 0. Troy, I saw where one game has already been moved today. I guess 2 games. because apparently the Miami Regional has a forecast of rain until like Monday or Tuesday.
Oh man!
So I don't know what's going to happen there.
Wow!
But they were wiped out today. They're going to try to do it tomorrow, but they're going to be backed up. So
on a positive, so the second game starts at 7.
Yeah.
The weather forecast has changed in Greenville. Looks like they're not calling for thunderstorms. The earliest at 10 o'clock, which would be 50% chance.
It's been backing up all day.
It has been backing up all day, and that is only the only lightning chance I see at 10 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, it looks like just rain. But I think if they can get this game in between 7 and if they can wrap it up by 10, it won't matter anyway. So hopefully we'll dodge a weather bullet there. Although some fans want a weather delay for this one.
All right, yeah. But yeah, if I could choose no rain throughout the whole way or a delay tonight, I'll take no rain the whole way. And let's play this thing out. All right. What else were we going to? We got Greeny coming up. Oh, we have audio. Do we? We're going to have that later on, Shirley. So we'll have some audio from the win coming up later on. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Right now, though, let's open up the booty bag, Shirley Rhodes, and give away. Boy, what a great weekend for this Troy D. Margaritaville.
I could have used a few of these out there.
A variety pack, a 12-pack of the Margaritaville Tropical Punch. You get 4 Mango Peach Paradise, 4 Beach Breezy, and 4 Strawberry Daiquiri. It's a 12-pack, variety pack, and it can be yours if you are caller 12.
If you had to have one right now, you got to pick one of the 3. Which one are you going with?
I'm going Beach Breezy, which contains pineapple, orange, and passion fruit.
Chandler? What are you taking?
Chandler's going
Mango Peach Paradise, no doubt.
I am going Beach Breezy. Clip Brock has made the right call yet again, 100% accurate. That is the go-to.
You're wrong, Chandler. It's all right, not the first time.
Probably used to that.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. A lot more to go. East Carolina big winners today over Coppin State. We're back after this.
We are back, baby. It's back. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party presented by Bud Light is back on Thursday, September 1st. Before the Pirates host the Pack Labor Day weekend, Pirate Radio will once again be throwing the best party of the year to kick off the football season. And to help us celebrate the start of Pirate Radio's 20th football season, we're excited to announce that this year's entertainment will be the Breakfast Club out of Atlanta, Georgia. Enjoy your summer, and we'll see you Thursday, September 1st. We are Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
It's bow time. Our biscuit makers know a thing or two about scratch-made buttermilk biscuits.
Actually, it's 49.
That's right, 49 savory steps. So yeah, we know biscuits like the back of our hand. Because, well, these buttermilk biscuits are...
made by hand.
Yep, that Southern know-how is our bread and butter. And if you're still wondering what makes a Bojangles biscuit so good, well, just ask your mouth. Yep, that's what we thought. Come celebrate Bo's Buttermilk Biscuit Month with a scratch-made Cajun Filet Biscuit. It's bow time.
Safety comes first at Greenville Utilities. Did you know that by itself, natural gas is completely odorless? As a safety precaution, a chemical is added to the gas that gives it a distinctive and unpleasant odor. This allows you to detect the slightest amount of natural gas both indoors and outdoors. If you smell a strong odor of natural gas in or near your home, you should immediately call Greenville Utilities. GUC maintains staff around the clock in order to provide immediate response to emergencies such as natural gas leaks. You can count on GUC to keep safety job number 1. Winslow's Deli is now Fifth Street Hardware, restaurant and tap room. With a brand new look, Fifth Street Hardware also has a brand new menu, serving lunch and dinner every Tuesday through Sunday, and brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. What else is new? Well, how about poker every Tuesday night and Trivia Wednesday with DJ Captain Morgan? It's a new look and a new name, but the same great location on Fifth Street beside the State Theater. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for specials and events. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
The Brian Bailey Show.
Head coach Cliff Coppin, what's it mean to have so many players that are going to be honored by the American?
Well, I tell our guys every year that if you want to get recognized individually, be on a great team. And no offense, nobody's going to remember who got pitcher of the year or hitter of the year or first team all conference. They're just going to remember what the Pirates were like in 2022. But it's awesome. I'm glad. Look, I mean, nobody deserves it more than our players because of where they started and how they finished. So it's great to see.
Tune in Mondays at noon for the Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, right here on Pirate Radio.
This is Tim Doust, ECU Football Special Teams Coordinator, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, congratulations to Lonnie Kinker, who picked up our Free Beer Friday giveaway, which was a 12-pack of the Margaritaville Tropical Punch and a lunch for two at Tiebreakers Margaritaville Tropical Punch. Vacation is just a sip away. Look for Margaritaville Tropical Punch at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989 and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All righty, we've been here with you since 1 o'clock. Watch the East Carolina win over Coppin State. Pirate Radio Live, Hour 3 here of the show. Troy D was at the game. He's joining us in studio now.
What's heat exhaustion feel like, guys? Because I'm
probably the way you feel right now.
Been in the studio. I don't feel hot anymore, but now I feel lightheaded.
Oh boy,
and tired. Well, and like a little dizzy. Like, is that normal?
I don't know if you were planning on making it to the game tonight, but I would suggest sitting that one out and being ready to go for ECU tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it easy tonight. We got a big game tomorrow night, Clip, with a big tailgate, and
I will be there.
Big players make big plays and big moments, and so do big fans.
That's right.
And big media members.
And you got to plan. It's not just tomorrow. Sunday's a new day.
Correct.
With more Pirate baseball.
You're going to have to go 3 deep no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's why I say football weekends are one thing. You know, you're out there all day, you're tailgating, the football game's a while, 4 hours, whatever, 3-4 hours. You might do something afterwards, but then you're done. Baseball, man, it is a grind. You have got to be on top of your game. This regional action is no joke. The heat is no joke. It's multiple games, multiple tailgates, sometimes back-to-back games, depending on if you're in the winner's bracket or loser's bracket. And this could take a lot out of people, Clip. You got to show up. You got to be strong.
We will all...
You got to be mentally, physically prepared.
We're following your lead. You lead us, and...
You're leading by example.
Yeah,
This is what I've been saving up for.
And again, prepared for football season.
Exactly.
Yes.
That very first month in September, 4 straight.
You'll look back on this, Troy. Yeah, you're feeling it right now.
Now you're
going to look back on this and say, "I'm glad I did
this."
This
is kind of like the two-a-days in August that the football team used to do.
Yeah. This is your fall. This is your summer camp.
Yes, this is.
But
this is where the seeds are planted.
Now you're looking at 3 straight days of tailgating.
Yeah.
All day.
Right.
in September, you will have that one day, and then you'll have a break. So
a rest.
It will be nothing.
This is harder.
Come September.
Yeah. Right. So if you can do this, you should be able to do anything.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it for the people.
For the peeps. For the kids.
For the Pirate Nation.
Let's head out to the Pirate Radio Live line real quick. Talk to Greeny, Mark Greenhelge, Golf Shop Radio Show coming your way Saturday right here on Pirate Radio. Greeny, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. Clip, how you doing?
Doing great. Pirates win today 17-1, 18 straight wins for East Carolina as they beat Coppin State in the Greenville Regional. While that's going on, Greeny, your Clemson Tigers are looking for a baseball coach, and I don't like to hear it, but our coach's name is popping up a lot. So Clemson has a standard set, wasn't met this year by Monty Lee. He gets fired, and they're looking for a new coach there in Clemson.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you hope that when they let somebody go like that you've got, a name to replace them. Otherwise, what have you done? And now you're scrambling, and then you bring in somebody that's not going to bring in the talent and be able to coach that talent. So kind of wait and see what happens here. But, yeah, there's a standard, and it's been a little on the lacking side lately from the Clemson Tiger perspective.
Mark Greenhelge, Golf Shop Radio Show, joining us. Greeny, a lot of golf news, and we always talk to you, Harold Varner III, and what's going on with him. So I don't know how official, like the reports, the sources, whatever. We'll see what you know about it. Apparently, Harold was offered, and the price came out, a boatload of money to go play in that LIV, that LIV Tour, the Saudi funded, and go away from the PGA Tour. And apparently he said no to that. What do you know about that story?
Yeah, well, I think they pretty much offered a lot of players a lot of money. And when you're trying to basically get your talent by money and not by what you're offering from a league or competition, that's pretty much what they're up against at that point. Is, supposedly DJ $125 million. Now, when you look at DJ throughout his career, he is the third highest in terms of career money on the PGA Tour at around $75 million. He was making about $11 million a year, roughly, in endorsements. He made $5 million on tour last year. He's, haven't played all that great this year. He's made $2.5 million. And you get basically offered $125 million, which might be equal to what he's earned and what he's gotten in endorsements in his entire professional career so far. Again,
how do you, Greeny, Troy, how do you turn that down? And that's just to play. I guess he has a chance to win more money if he wins tournaments too, right?
Yeah, you can win $4 million to win the golf tournament. You can win, maybe a couple million, $2.5 million if your team wins the event. And then, the final payout for the team is $16 million. So Troy, there's a lot of money here. But it really comes down to, and when you start looking at the list of people, other than Dustin Johnson, who you still feel like can go out on the PGA Tour and win, let's just say 50% of the time that he tees it up, right? The other guys really are in the spots in their career, like a Westwood or an Oosthuizen. We've seen Louis Oosthuizen contend but not win. We've seen Lee Westwood not win a whole lot. We've seen Sergio Garcia not win and contend. Other than with Phil Mickelson, that we assume is going to take one of those 6 spots that is left. You assume Phil won a major last year, but for the last 2 years, other than that one event, he hasn't done anything. So those guys, it makes sense. Dustin Johnson, it doesn't make sense, except for the fact that DJ, when you kind of look at it, DJ is one of those guys that I could totally see would just assume take the money for doing a lot less work and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's and now, so if he goes and plays, Greeny, what does that mean for him on PGA Tour events? We were talking about it earlier. Does that mean he's like playing in the Masters and maybe one other non-PGA event, and that's all that we see of him as far as that goes?
Well, that remains to be seen. The PGA Tour has been pretty adamant that there will be consequences. Now, we don't know what those consequences are because that's going to be something that happens as soon as those guys hit the first tee shot in that London event, right? So once they hit that first tee shot, they are considered basically in violation of PGA Tour policy. What that punishment's going to be, we don't know yet. the other thing that happens too, I mean, there's 5 entities of golf that are basically control all the golf tournaments. We know the PGA Tour controls their events. They control the Players' Championship, and they control the President's Cup, which means that if they punish DJ, there's more likely than not, he will not be on a President's Cup team here in Charlotte in September. Then you've got Augusta National, who controls their event. You got the USGA that controls the U.S. Open. You have the R&A that controls the British Open or the Open Championship. You have the DP World Tour that manages the European Tour, and then you have the PGA of America. Now, the PGA of America got off the hook because no event had been run yet before the PGA went last month. The USGA is kind of the group that's in the crosshairs right now, because if these guys all go play the week before the U.S. Open, what is the punishment doled out by the USGA? Do they say, well, we're not the PGA Tour, you guys can come play? Or do they stick up for the PGA Tour and they say, these guys can't come play? That remains to be seen as well. So there's still a lot that could happen in the next couple of weeks with this whole ordeal as soon as these guys take it in the ground.
Mark Greenhill's Golf Shop Radio Show joining us. Memorial Tournament going on. Cameron Smith, as we speak, in the lead at 8 under par. Also, the Women's U.S. Open going on too, right, Greeny?
Yeah, the big thing about Jack's tournament, the Memorial, is the weather's been great so far. Usually they have all kinds of delays and weather and everything for Jack's tournament, so cross your fingers they get 4 rounds in without that. The Southern Pines area, I don't know about you guys, but it's been pouring rain here in the Charlotte area for a while, and that's kind of heading east. So they need to pick up their pace to finish. But yeah, great event at the U.S. Women's Open in Pine Needles. You have the return of Annika Sorenstam playing in it since she had retired, and since she won the Women's Senior Open last year, U.S. Open, she got the exemption to come play. So that's obviously been a headliner, but great field. You have an amateur who was in the lead for a long time yesterday, Ingrid Lindblad, and she's representing herself well today. She's 6 under par, 3 shots back. Been a long time since an amateur has won a major event on the LPGA Tour.
Greeny, what's coming up on the Golf Shop Radio Show Saturday morning here on Pirate Radio?
Well, we'll start with our man Bill Bender of the Sporting News. We're going to talk to Carly Cox, who's going to give us a preview. She's a Epsom Tour player. Y'all have an event over there in the Kinston area coming up next week. I actually get to go play in the Pro-Am next week, so that'll be fun as well. We're going to get an update from Beth Major over in Pine Needles with the U.S. Women's Open. We're going to get an update as we head towards the BMW Charity Pro-Am. So that's the Corn Ferry Tour and a bunch of celebrities coming into play next week down in Greenville, South Carolina. And then we're going to talk to a gentleman with one of our news stations as the Golf Shop Radio expands into Boston, Baltimore, Memphis, and Phoenix, Arizona.
Nice.
And with all of that going on, we have the former voice of the Panthers, the voice of PGA Tour Radio, and does a lot of football. Bill Rosinski's going to be sitting with us for the entire show.
Big Bill Rosinski fans here at Troy Day.
Yeah, no doubt. We got to get to know him a little bit back when we had a partnership with him. And great voice, by the way. And I always thought one of the best guys in broadcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is true. And he'll be sitting with us tomorrow, answering all of our questions, talking a little golf, and talking to all these people about all the golf that's going on in the Carolinas. So a big show tomorrow.
Looking forward to it, Greeny. Thanks for joining us today, man. Have a great show tomorrow, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thanks a lot, Cliff. Have a great weekend, Troy. You too.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Mark Greenhill's Golf Shop Radio Show joining us. Women's U.S. Open at Southern Pines, Pine Needles Lodge, and Troy, D, you ever been there?
Actually, I have been around it. Yeah. I've never stayed there. I've been to Pinehurst multiple times. I've stayed at the hotel there that Pinehurst runs, but I've not stayed at the.
Have you ever played on a course that is a PGA course?
That's a great question, Clip. I've been on many of those courses. I don't know if I've played them. I've been the Greenbrier. I've been there. They've held tournaments there before. But
is that West?
That's West Virginia.
Yeah.
The Homestead, I think, has held some type of tournaments before. Sam Snead is like kind of a legendary figure up in the Hot Springs, Virginia area. Pinehurst I've been to, and then I've been to, what was it, the one in Wilmington that got moved down there. There was I
don't recall.
I can't remember what that tournament was called, but it was like a number of years ago. But Wilmington had a big-time PGA tournament down there.
Golf Shop Radio Show, Saturday, 8 to 10 a.m. right here on Pirate Radio. We'll get another break in. When we return, we'll hear what Cliff Godwin had to say following today's 17-1 victory over Coppin State.
Think he was angry? Sometimes coaches...
You never know.
Because they're always finding the negative.
Just because East Carolina won by 16 does not mean Cliff Godwin...
We gave up a run.
Yeah.
They got a little sloppy there at the end.
And apparently, Bailey always says, you guys got a crash course on that with Logan, right? Where after wins, he'd be like
Logan
angry.
would win and be a nuts. We'd get our butts beat, and he was like totally chill.
So,
cool.
You never know.
He was a weird dude. Like it was the exact opposite. You can never figure that guy out.
Yeah.
But I'll be curious to hear from Cliff after the game.
To use a Troy D line that you like, sometimes he'd throw you a crazy Ivan, Troy.
Yes, man. Cliff, you are full of Troy Diaz.
I know your phrases.
Man, am I that predictable?
You hadn't used them in a while.
I know.
But when you do, you stick the landing. You like to use those phrases.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. More to go. Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey, Chandler, what are you up to tonight?
Jenny, it's Tuesday, and I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend, and they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Fun Day.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
Winslow's Deli is now Fifth Street Hardware, restaurant and tap room. With a brand new look, Fifth Street Hardware also has a brand new menu, serving lunch and dinner every Tuesday through Sunday, and brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. What else is new? Well, how about poker every Tuesday night and Trivia Wednesday with DJ Captain Morgan? It's a new look and a new name, but the same great location on Fifth Street beside the State Theater. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for specials and events. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Hey guys, this is Kyra from Postcode Junction in Washington, where all your shipping needs come together. Did you know Postcode Junction is the only UPS, FedEx, and DHL shipping location in Washington? Postcode Junction is also the place for your Amazon returns. Need to ship a package the same day? Want to avoid the long lines at the post office? Come see us at Postcode Junction by 4:30 and we got you covered. Postcode Junction on 15th Street in Washington next to Tractor Supply. Go Pirates!
Pepper, oh no they didn't! Papa John's just took their signature pepperoni and hand-stuffed it inside that garlic-kissed crust. Oh, now that's an epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza like no mouth has ever seen!
Hey Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Pepperoni Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13.99 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Welcome to US Cellular. Yeah, hi. I want a new phone for free, but not just any phone. I want the newest, fastest, most storage holding 5G unlimited data using phone in here for free.
Sure, your choice.
Really?
Yep.
At US Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone from any brand free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
We all love using Uber Eats, DoorDash, and grocery pickup. It makes life so much easier. Well, now there is cellular delivery, and the team at Cellular Warehouse has perfected the process. They will deliver your new phone right to your door with all your information loaded on the new phone. And the best thing is there is no charge for this awesome service. And you don't have to waste half the day sitting in a Cellular store. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 and let his team of experts make your cellular delivery today. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent, serving all of Eastern North Carolina. Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico, a huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $7.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Pirate Radio.
We'll strap it on with anybody, anywhere. It doesn't matter. I know this. I want to win or lose with the group that we have in our locker room.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. Let the bass kick. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back, and take a quick look at your stock market report. The Dow was down 348 points, closed out the week at 32,899. The NASDAQ was down 304 at 12,012, and the S&P dropped 68 points, finished out the week at 4,108. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Pirates winners today over Coppin State 17-1 in of the Greenville Regional. Coming up tonight, Game 2. It'll be Virginia and Coastal Carolina. Winner of that game plays East Carolina Saturday night, 7 o'clock at Clark LeClaire Stadium. And looking forward to another fun day of baseball. Let's hear some of the comments from Pirate players and coaches as Cliff Godwin, Danny Beal, Bryson Worrell talk to members of the media after today's big win.
You know, I just told the team I thought everybody did their job again today. Josh Groves did his job. Savage did his job. Danny Beal did his job. Merritt Beaker, Shinkman. Obviously, offensively, I thought we made it very tough on their starter, who is pretty good. I thought we battled. Bryson had, really tough at bat before he hit his home run. JC had some tough at bats, but were really tough up and down the lineup. And then all the guys off the bench, those guys really performed at a high level. Ryder was awesome. Carter Cunningham, Ryan McChrystal did a great job catching behind the plate. Joey Rezick with 2 hits and 3 RBIs. Shaq doing his job as always. Clonch coming off the bench. Just thought it was a great team effort, and our guys just kept playing to the end, so I was really pleased with the way we played.
Questions for the players? Bryson, quite a third inning, 2 homers, 1 for each side of the plate. Just how do you put that into words, what you did in that third inning?
I think coming into that inning, we had the momentum from Trey going out there, and you don't only give up 1 run with the bases loaded, no outs, so we had that momentum going back in the dugout. And like coaches said, I had a tough at-bat, my first at-bat, just trying to keep it simple, work to the middle of the field, and then that second at-bat, he left me a hand change up and tried to get a swing off on him.
Danny, the way you've been pitching lately, I think since the past month or so, I think I counted like almost 12, 13 innings, just allowed 2 runs. So what's kind of been working well for you out there as you kind of continue this run you're on?
I think just following the plan that AK has given us. As you look down the hole, 11 Ks and 2 walks today. Just a great job by the entire pitch staff as a whole, and I think the way that Coach G and AK gives us, the ability to kind of pitch to our strengths and gives us a great plan to follow. I think that's kind of what I attribute all my success to, and it's not just my success too, it's the entire pitch staff. We've been pitching, phenomenal through the conference tournament and then again today, so.
Bryson, how important was it for you guys early on to put the pressure on offensively and get some runs across?
Yeah, it was really important. They kind of battled back there the first couple of innings. They were aggressive on the mound, aggressive with the box. So, just getting them a few swings off early, scoring those early runs really helped us out.
Even having all this experience, does scoring early do anything for you guys? Does it ease some pressure if there's anything like that?
I don't think so. We've come back from behind so many times. I feel like we can really play in any situation and we'll be comfortable.
What is the feeling of 5,000 fans going nuts when you hit 2 home runs and when you feel like
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, you can't really ask for much more than, especially tomorrow we have a sold-out crowd in a packed stadium today. In regionals at home, you can't really ask for much more than that.
Any more questions for the players?
Bryson, you've hit home runs from both sides of the plate in the same game before, right?
Yeah.
You've done it in the same inning before?
No, I can say I've never done that before.
It's pretty rare. I mean, you know, when you look at your own swing, do you consider yourself more powerful from one side or the other, or is it pretty even?
Not really. I really don't know. Honestly, I feel like in BP I may have more juice right-handed, but in the game I kind of just go out there and try to keep it simple, work to the middle. Whatever happens, happens.
Danny, did you feel after you came in after that big inning that you could kind of go out there and throw with reckless abandon, knowing how well the bats were going today?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just coming out and having the ability to kind of shut them down and kind of not really give them any room to breathe, I think was big, especially for the offense just to keep putting on. Yeah, it's just, again, following the plan, just filling up the zone and not letting them, get any momentum or anything like that, and just letting the offense do what they've done all day. So,
let's go for players. All right. Thanks, guys.
Good job, boys.
There's Cliff Godwin, Bryson Worrell, Danny Beal today. Bryson, we saw a little personality from him from a picture that ECU Baseball posted where he's kind of doing a pose, but very mild-mannered, but not when he's in the batter's box.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to give you bulletin board material.
Nah.
He's very laid back, but what an incredible game for him.
And what a moment. 2 home runs in the same inning, one from the right side of the plate, one from the left side, as he was one of the many heroes for East Carolina in the 17-1 victory today over Coppin State. We got one more break to take. We will wrap it up here on Pirate Radio Live and send you off into your weekend. More to go after this.
Let the bass kick. Let the bass kick.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times at the pool, river, beach, or backyard grilling, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there is fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this summer, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Welcome to US Cellular. Yeah, hi. I want a new phone for free, but not just any phone. I want the newest, fastest, most storage holding 5G unlimited data using phone in here for free.
Sure, your choice.
Really?
Yep.
At US Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone from any brand free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Temperatures are in the low 30s at 10 a.m., increasing sharply to 75 degrees by 1 p.m., and then dropping into the teens by 10 p.m. So before you go to work, put on some gloves, pack some shorts, and a parka. That should cover you for the day.
Your heating and cooling take a beating. Guarantee your system is ready when you need it. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Delcor, the service professionals.
Mow like a pro with Hustler Turf zero-turn mowers. They engineer their mowers to be maintenance and service friendly for the everyday homeowner, while not sacrificing the build and cut quality they're known for. From the heavy-duty frame to the welded steel deck to their trademark smooth track steering, Hustler Turf zero-turn mowers deliver professional grade cut quality for a perfectly manicured lawn. Come into Ron Ayers Motorsports to see the Hustler difference for yourself today. Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations, in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates!
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware Building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Pirate Radio.
We're going to be bigger, faster, stronger, and older. That's always a good combination.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, if you watch all of Pirate Radio's local programming, you can watch it on YouTube Live. Just go to YouTube, search for Pirate Radio TV, and subscribe today. You can watch Pirate Radio Live Monday through Friday from 3 until 6. And, of course, during football season, you can also catch the Bud Light pregame tailgate and the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter on game days. Go to YouTube, search Pirate Radio TV, and subscribe. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is your host, Clip Brown.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Hey, Coach O, Dr. Gary Overton is out in Corvallis, watching the Corvallis Regional. Oregon State will play later.
Outstanding regional.
In so doing. Right now, Troy, he's watching the Vandy boys trail San Diego. Vanderbilt, of course, knocked ECU out of the tournament last year. They are not having a good time today. They're down 3-1 to San Diego. All right, it's been a ride. Marathon today.
Great job, guys. Great job to our entire team here at Pirate Radio. As I said, nobody does it better than this crew here. We appreciate you guys tuning in. However you consume Pirate Radio, whether it's on air, online, on mobile, we appreciate it.
Troy D, I don't know if you know this. I'm keeping up with the stats. 6 hours of Pirate Radio Live for you this week.
Yeah,
if my math is correct.
Logged in some time this week. It's good to get back.
It did not go unnoticed.
Thank you. It's getting my hands dirty again week.
And you'll be out there tomorrow, Chan, man. You'll be there. I'll be there in PA duties. So
have me plenty of cold pirate beverages ready for me. I had one today.
I will re-ice the cooler, and we will be ready to go. We will be all hands on deck again tomorrow.
And Shirley, we were talking about you behind your back. We'll say it on the air too. Awesome job today with your octopus arms doing all the stuff you're doing back there.
With no incidents. Like, with a good attitude.
And I said it. I said it to them, so I'll say it to you. I said, Shirley's been doing all this stuff with a very good attitude today.
Yes.
It was a good
There was
day.
not one sigh that I heard or saw from Shirley.
And you know what I said right after that? I said, Troy, don't even look at Shirley.
I know. And I did not. I did not engage until now, just to give you a compliment.
Do not engage Shirley when she's in this mood.
Yeah.
Shirley, good stuff. We'll see you Monday.
See you Monday.
All right, we'll be back with you 3 o'clock. But folks, make sure you're following us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, we got pictures, video, interviews, everything
constant
all
coverage
weekend.
of ECU baseball and go Pirates.
All right, we'll see you Monday, folks. Have a good weekend. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio.